What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's Friday, right? Today's my day off. I wasn't going to do a live for a while, but I was like, you know what? I got nothing going on today on a Friday. I don't go out anymore, especially over here in the States, man. So going out, even doing the most basic shit is so expensive, man. Ugh. Just kind of like, nah, I'd rather just stay home. Oh, what's everybody doing, man? What's everybody doing, man? Don't get played abroad. That's today's title, man. Um, I was on I was on one of my boys' live the other day, but it wasn't on YouTube. It was on Twitter, man. It was very interesting. Like, I found out some very interesting things. Yes, I mean, I already knew, how some women are in certain countries, right? But oh man, so I don't know if I should say it right now or I should just wait. Hold on, let me put the. I'm gonna drop the link for him because I know he's gonna come on here. This was his live yesterday, and so I just want him to come on here and just state his opinion because it was just like. So he had like on his live, there's this guy that was talking about there's this website that you could post a girl's picture and it'll show you if she does like webcamming. I didn't even know this. And so I found 7 girls that I know from Medellin, Colombia on that shit, man. Well, 2 of them had already admitted to me, but the one that admitted to me, she kind of like lied. She was like, "Oh, I only did it for 3 weeks." And she's lying. She did it for like 2 or 3 years, bro. Like, trust me, dog. Like, and I understand, like it's a better form of guessing selling yourself, but I don't know. I kind of don't believe that, so I'm pretty sure she sold herself because she told me she couldn't find a job for a year. And I've actually have her on my channel. Actually, 2 of them I have on my channel. The girl that I did the last live with, Mari, she's on there. I found her. You think I'm lying? You could photo screen her picture and look it up on that website. You'll see that she has like she doesn't have her name on there. She obviously they put like different names. But I just started laughing when I saw that shit, man. It was just so hilarious to me. Like, woo, bro. To anybody that falls in love with these women in this city, for it's just a fucking. I don't even feel bad if you get played. I really don't, man. Like, because you can literally look up these girls and shit, and just like figure out like what they're doing. Oh my god! But I'm gonna drop the link. Oh my god, these hoes ain't shit. And there's 2 guys talking about you can find a submissive women over there, and they're all going out with body of girls, bro. I'm gonna tell you, I looked up maybe like a half a dozen girls, and about 8 of them were on there, man. So you do the math, the percentage, bro. At least like 60-70% have at least done it one time in their life, bro. Oh my god, bro. I'm sorry, man. It's just funny to me, man. Because there's guys out there, content creators, that will tell you to go to these places looking for love, and or like you could find a good woman, like whatever, bro. Like hell no, dog. But anyways, I'm waiting for my boy to come on here because this is his live yesterday, and man, we just talked about so much stuff that was like very knowledgeable, and I learned things too. Like you think you know something about a country, and then somebody teaches you something else, man. And it was very like eye-opening her because I know 2 of the girls that did it, right? Like they had told me, but like I said, one girl had lied to me talking about I only did it for 3 weeks, and then you could tell, and it tells you like when was the last time they did it. But to be fair, they only did it a few times because I don't think they're making money because they have to pay to rent the room, right? Like the webcams in Colombia, they have to pay to rent the room. I don't know how much they charge them, maybe like 50 mil or whatever, man. And I don't know if the local Colombians know about this, bro, but it was hilarious, man. He dropped a few other websites that you could put in. I wouldn't do the other ones though, but the webcam thing, that was just hilarious to me, man. Like finding 2 girls that admitted that did it, and then the girl that on my live, Mari, she was on there doing webcam like a few years ago. Her friend that was with her the whole time we're hanging out was on there recently with her tits hanging out, and then another girl that used to hang out with us. I haven't seen her in years, but she was on there as well. And then 2 more girls that I used to hang out with that I fucked around with in the past. I looked them up and they were on there and shit, dude. So yeah, bro, that was fucking an eye opener to me. Yeah, bro, I told you, bro, women are very beautiful in Serbia, man, and shit. But I wouldn't be there during the winter. Fuck that. What's going on, Steven, bro? I liked your live yesterday. I learned a lot from that shit yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's
I
crazy.
can't stop, bro. All day long, I've been fucking laughing. I stayed up to like 4 in the morning looking at these bitches, and I was like, bro.
Yeah, man, it's
Because we know the truth, dude. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna find some girls that you know back in the day on there. I trust me, bro. If they're from the
yeah,
hood, fool, you're gonna find them, dog. Like,
yeah, man. There's probably like maybe what 60% of the girls do it, maybe 70.
yeah, yeah. But to be fair, only like they only do it. I'm not defending them, but they only do it for a few times because they're not making money. They have to rent the room and they have to pay for the Uber to get over there or the whatever. So it costs money. So I think at the end of the day, when these girls didn't make the quota, so they stopped like doing it, bro.
Mm, yeah, man. I think that guy. I kind of feel bad for him, man, because I think he's kind of obsessed a little bit with her.
Yeah, bro. I didn't want to say nothing because it was your life, but I was just thinking to myself, like, bro, move on, dog. Like,
Yeah.
move on, bro. There's better women. You could go to Mexico, you could go to Brazil and some places. There's a lot of places that you could still find a good, decent woman in the Middle East. They're in the Christian communities. Even though they're Christian, they still have the same values as Muslim women from what I've seen. They don't eat
Yeah.
pork, they don't drink, like so it's yeah, bro. But
Mm.
Latin America, bro, good luck with that.
Only if like she's like traditional Catholic or Christian girl, but it's hard to find them because they're usually married already.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. Man, bro, that was just like, man, fuck, bro. That was just like when I found those girls, dog. I was surprised about two of them, bro. Because one of them has her own business. She sells gonna sell us in the hood, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, and not only that, she actually just recently came from Dubai with her fucking son and I don't know her cousin or some shit. I don't know who paid for the trip, but I know she didn't pay for it. Fuck that. And but I think she only did it once or twice and shit, bro.
Mm.
And the other one, though, I don't know. You ever saw the live I did with the girl like a few months ago? Mari, she was on there.
Mm-hmm.
She was on there. Her friend was on there. The friend that was there in the live too, but she never came out on the camera. She was behind the camera. I found her as well recently. She with her big ass titties out. Right. Like I'm not fucking. I'm just like. I was not surprised except to see Mari and the other girl because I didn't think they're like Mari's like I. And I was the friend that introduced me to them was telling me today right now actually a while ago. She's all like these girls act like they would never even like break a plate, but deep down inside they're fucking whores and shit. And I was like, yeah, I know, dude. I was like, whatever. Like,
Mm.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
a lot of the guys, man, they don't really know what's going on, or some of them don't even care. You know.
man, bro, I think that guy like, but I saw his profile. He put the whole girl's information. I think that's going too far, and I hope that he's not living in Colombia because Colombians are very vengeful. I mean, you told me
Yeah.
this before, yeah. So I don't know all his information. I didn't get to ask him, but I hope he's not in Colombia, bro, doing that shit, bro. Fuck
I think
that.
he's back in Mexico. I think he said that he had to get the legal situation fixed, and then he's not gonna go back to Medellin. So yeah, you're right. You gotta be careful, man, because they got hire somebody to murk
Yeah,
him.
bro, that's what I'm saying, dog. It's not it doesn't cost much to whack a fucking gringo and shit, bro. Like, um,
Mm, yeah.
fuck that, bro. That was like I saw those girls, bro, and I just started laughing. For like, I'm not judging, by the way. I'm not like I'm not a saint. For I go to the swinger club, so I know people are like, well, you do this, yeah, yeah, dude. But like, I don't hide it. Like I talk about it on my live, like it's in the open. Like, um, but I think I was telling the girl right now that knows them and shit, right? Because she lives in the same barrio,
Mm,
and she was telling me that I was telling her this. I was like, look, bro, they could make money if they became content creators and shit because they're very beautiful, young, attractive. They got good bodies. If they learn how to speak English, even just broken English, or they could use like a translator, and because now you could do the videos, even if it's in Spanish, you could put like English translations on the videos. Um, they could make a decent living off of it, bro. Like because right now there's no YouTuber females in Colombia that are doing those type of videos. That not that I know of, just the one Natalie Martinez, but it was
mm,
because the YouTubers made her famous, and now she has about 100,000 subscribers, and bro, like she's making money off of it. She's making about almost like a rack on her YouTube channel a month and shit, bro. Well, salute JVC, bro. I think I sent JVC some other pictures, bro. But you see, JVC is lucky that his women in the Middle East, he never has to worry about them being webcam models and shit. But us Latinos, bro, like fuck. Like, you know, like we got the shit end of the stick, bro. Like because you know what? Forget about the body of fool. Like, even if you're dating a professional girl, and I know that you're a professional yourself, like, and I seen it too. Like, certain jobs I've had, like, even if a girl that's a nurse, she's fucking around with the doctors, or it's a fucking teacher, she's fucking around with another teacher or a lawyer. You know, she's having sex with somebody else in the law firm. So it's professionals do it as well too, but it's just more down low on them and shit, dude.
Yeah, it's the culture, man. Colombians is, I think it's been going on since the Spanish, man. That prostitution stuff, you know. It's just too deep in their culture, bro.
Do you want to shout out your Twitter thing, or it's called X? I'm sorry, now, right? Yes.
Yeah, it's called Actual Size 85.
Oh, you want me to type it? Let me see. Actual size 85, right?
Yes, sir.
Bro, JVC, bro. Like, I know JVC fucking, bro. Like, I'm telling you, for like I'm not talking, like, to be fair, I'm not talking shit about them, because I know, like, you know, their struggle. I know that they're women that are hurting, and I know that in Colombia or anywhere in Latin America, for example, even Mexico, it takes a long time to find a job, even a shitty job, bro. Even a job fucking washing dishes or for a female, even as a waitress, is difficult and shit, bro. And they have to deal with a lot of fucking sexual harassment as well. So sometimes when the employer hires them, you know, like they get harassed and shit, bro. Unfortunately, fool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not judging them, bro. Like, I'm not here. Like, I'm just roasting. I'm here just trolling, being a troll, dude. But, like, you know, I can't judge them. Only God can do that, bro. Like, I'll be a hypocrite because I go to the swingers a lot, and so I'm like the last motherfucker on this earth to fucking say anything. I just say that it's funny because, like, they hide it. I don't hide it, though.
Yeah.
Two of them told me about it, so I have to respect that. Even though one of them did lie about it, she was like, "Oh, I only did it for 3 weeks." And on the thing, it tells you, "Nah, bitch, you've been doing it for 3 years." Oh, like
they try to use the wording differently. Like, they'll say, "Oh, I'm not a prepago, but you're helping me economically."
You know, there's a couple of Arab girls in my job, fool. They're pretty cool though, fool. They're very beautiful and shit, bro. Thank you, Buck, for the $1.99 donation, bro. I think I want to be getting my glasses maybe next month. I thought the FIFA tickets were gonna go on sale next month, but actually, it's like a raffle. It's like it's kind of like trying to get the Bad Bunny concert tickets. I've been lucky twice with the Bad Bunny concert tickets. I got one for Sao Paulo, even though I don't think I'm gonna go to Sao Paulo no more. I want to be home or in Mexico trying to get my citizenship, so I'm gonna probably sell that ticket. But I was able to get Bad Bunny tickets, so I'm hoping I get a FIFA ticket or a few, and then maybe I might sell one or two and shit, bro. Bro, what the fuck? FIFA has nothing to do with the topic, dude. But I'm just laughing, dude, because it's just crazy for that you see these girls doing that shit, bro. And it's not just like a few; it's like almost all the girls that I know are on there. I found them all, except for like 4. But the only reason maybe the 4 are not on there is because maybe like the quality of the picture that I used, or maybe it just can't find them. You know, the system is not foolproof, right? But yeah, bro, like, man, I feel bad for that guy. Your guess is like you could just tell that he's still hurting. But man, be like, what do you think his mistakes were that he got played abroad? What do you think, like, you know, if you could go into his mind, pick his brain, like, what do you think he made as a mistake? Like,
I think he made the mistake that most guys make is he just believed the girl too much. He don't understand Colombian culture, man. Like, most guys don't understand it when they get there the first time. They're too trusting of the Colombians, man. And they just forget that, like, she's, you know, in a different economic situation than you. So she's always going to do whatever she has to survive, even if that means breaking your heart.
Man, that's crazy. He said that she had like 200 clients plus like 4 different boyfriends. And I think he said he caught, no, you know what? I don't blame him because he did say he caught an STD. So Normally, I would just say walk away, but when you catch an STD from a bitch like that, you definitely want to slap a hoe, dude. So I just that's different. Walking away is different, but when you catch something that, especially something like that's more serious,
Yeah.
bro, yeah, dude, that's fuck, that's nasty what she did to him too. So I understand him being pissed off. I don't blame him, dude.
Yeah, he's got to move on now though, because if not, he's gonna get obsessed. Like
Yeah. It becomes an obsession for like, bro, fuck her for sure. He got exposed, bro. Like whatever, done, man.
mm,
Mm.
there's probably a lot of stories like that we just don't hear about it because most guys are too embarrassed, understandably.
I think I was gonna ask you something. Do you think like if Obi-Lan or anybody was to make an app in Colombia, but based on like the scolopine, like the druggings, the girls that are doing it, or the girls that are doing like selling on the side, but they're hiding it. Do you think that app would be successful, even if it wasn't expensive? That just say it was like $3 for membership or something. Do you think people would
I
actually?
mean, that was the app that I was talking about. You probably didn't hear it yesterday. It was called Chica Check. I was part of it, and it would tell you like girls that were prepagos, and then girls that would try to drug you. And the app they don't use it anymore. That guy from the thing yesterday, he wanted to get in contact with those people, so I sent him the information. But that app had like that information, so like to answer your question, I think it would be useful because at least you can give guys like a like a warning because girls have groups in there like WhatsApp and Telegram
Yeah,
about.
of course, yeah, they do, bro.
So we might as well do what we gotta do to protect ourselves if they're doing it for themselves.
Mm. But apps are expensive, dude. You're looking at about an average app is like what 10,000, 15,000.
Yeah, you gotta have some capital.
But I think a lot of guys would do it though. For like, I think even if you get like 1,000 members, or not 1,000, but I just say maybe like the first 100, and maybe in the month, I think it will start paying itself off after like 2 years or 3 years, bro.
Absolutely.
You would have to get somebody to sponsor you, like with like Obi-Lan or something. Maybe you give them like sign a contract with him, be like, all right, for like maybe like the first year, you get like 20% of the revenues, and then after that, like you get like 5% royalties for life or some shit like that if he like sponsor your shit on his channel and shit, bro. So I think that maybe something like that, because word would get out, and
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you could have maybe like a few hundred people like that watch that video, and he sponsors you towards the end, like, hey, look at this app. It tells you what chicas are drugging, the victims, how much money they stole, things. I think that would be very useful. But salute to Buck Travels and salute to Nick Travels and shit. What do y'all think?
Hey.
Like, I found all these girls on the fucking website, bro. Like, what's up with that, man?
Well, you gotta give me a refund. Salute to the panel, man. Salute everybody in the chat. Yeah, I just want to say, man, I'm currently in an undisclosed country. It's you're not gonna find. All I'm gonna say is like you're not gonna find, the Pookies that go to, Cartagena or Susu over there. I'm 100%. It's like you're not gonna. It's a hidden gem. I think Ulysses, you talked about it many times, but I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a country you talked about it in the past, but it's very hidden. Man, the women here. Let me just say this: y'all thought Colombian woman was beautiful. Wait till you see here, and that's why I'm keeping it. Oh man, but go ahead.
Talking about Morocco? You in Morocco?
Man, bro, it's just I mean, I think Steven, I mean, that guy's lucky because at least he didn't marry the girl.
Yeah.
He didn't bring her to the States like a lot of these dudes do. Like, there's this one YouTuber that 2 years ago married a Colombian girl he met on Facebook. Medellin, and I remember like he has a good channel and she has like a huge following base, but people were telling him that maybe he should have just waited to get to know the person, but he's like, nah, you gotta take that chance. And she has kids too and older, and I think the marriage didn't even last a year, and he like ended up getting another girl pregnant. So I was like, man, like I remember him on his videos, like he was just like this mentality of like, I want a submissive woman, and I tell her to stay home and cook and clean, but she doesn't want to. She wants to work. I'm like, bro, like, I don't know where guys get like the women over certain countries are submissive because they're not. Well, Mexican women could be like very like loving, brute, but they're not submissive women, dog. Like very independent and shit, especially in JDL, man. especially when women start having money, fool, like it's hard for them to become submissive and shit, bro. Especially with the social media, bro. Forget the money, fool. Like they get so much attention from guys now, dude. Like, oof.
Yeah, 300 messages, right?
Oh, dude, like, bro, it's fucking. Oh, he mentioned a website too that like shows you they have like a Tinder, right?
Oh yeah, he said that too.
I didn't do that because I don't give a fuck if they have Tinder. Like, I don't care, dog. But still, dude, like,
All them girls got boyfriends.
they all have. Well, yeah, that's what I was talking about. Her, this girl right here that I know and shit from the body. She's telling me they all have boyfriends. I know, dog. Like, they don't, bro. But that Maddie, the Maddie chick, fool, she's grimy as fuck. Because when I got into it with her, that girl that was with her that day that I also saw on the website selling slanging pussy or whatever the fuck she's doing, but she was like making out with a guy and like she's with the girl's Maddie's brother. She has a relationship with her sibling, and I was telling to myself, and I was like, man, bro, these people have no loyalty, not even to their own family. Like, how can you be out with a girl that is in a relationship with your sibling and she's messing around behind his back in front of you? You're not gonna do nothing about it, or even at least like walk away and shit. Like that's, man, these motherfuckers have no loyalty at all, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
I don't think
man.
it's possible. Not in Colombia.
I mean, think about it. If they doing it to the local man, what makes you think they're not gonna do it to the gringos? You see what I'm saying? It's like they do it to themselves. It's like, what makes you think you as a gringo is gonna be exempt from it? I just don't get that aspect, you know. And as Stephen was saying, are some good ones, like Catholic ones, like this, very deep in the church, and those are actually pretty. They taken off the market quick. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's some good ones, like just like here in the States, there's some good girls out there. They're taking off the market quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
those
yeah.
know,
girls.
so it's like that's the thing. It's like you either gotta be somewhere at the right time, right place to get one of the chicks, or it's just being lucky. That's what it is. I mean, what do you think, Steven?
I think most of those girls are usually married by 25.
Yeah.
So, and the smart guys, they see who they are and they catch them real fast and they drop that game on them and they scoop them up. And that's why it's so hard to find good girls, because if you're not like right there, if you don't have all your stuff together real early as a man, you can miss out. So, I mean, you can still marry a girl later on. I don't mean to be negative, but it's just harder. But I know expats that have married women from Colombia. Not a lot, but I've met some that are happy, but they're usually older people in their late 40s and 50s, and they're like just living a simple life. And the biggest thing that they do is they don't marry people like 20 years younger than them. They marry women that are in their age group.
Oof, bro, it's just rough, dog. Like, what else did you talk about in that live? Like when I got off, because I was at the park running and shit, bro. Anything?
Uh, they were talking about like the fincas and like finding people that were selling like certain kind of foods, and then he came back on later, that guy, and he was just talking about like he knows he needs to move on, like, and then he was talking about the smaller cities, how those are the best places to find women. Because now actually that girl was from a small city, but for the most part, the Colombians outside of Medellin are a lot more humble and more
Yeah,
kinder
yeah,
than.
they're more kinder. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were talking about that, and then after that, we were just talking about um, like just comparing the cost of living from Mexico City to Medellin. So
Bro, it's just fucking. So I want to ask you something. What is your opinion about the protests in Mexico City? Do you think it's justified, or do you think it's just like a bunch of idiots that are mad about something they can't even, a place where they can't even afford to live at?
it's just a bunch of idiots, man. Because a lot of Mexicans will get on like Twitter and stuff, and they'll be like talking shit. But then if you like go to see the protest, there's only like a small group of people, and I do think especially if Trump starts to do military strikes. I do think that's going to complicate things. I
Mm.
think it's weird, man, because if you talk to a lot of Mexicans, they'll say to you that they support like Trump doing something, and then when it actually happens, though, they might feel differently, and then there's a chance that the cartel people could be seen as freedom fighters against the United States. So I think this whole situation is going to get complicated, and I don't know how they're going to feel when the bombs start dropping if that happens. So I think there's always been like an anti-American sentiment in Mexico, but they got that saying in Mexico, like so close to the United States but so far from God.
Mm.
So I think that is real, but I mean, when you go there, like for the most part, they don't really like pay attention. Like they may say stuff, but it's just like Man G, man. Like they put posters out, but they don't. For the most part, they're not gonna mess with you, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah, most people
Yeah,
that I found in Medellin that complain, there are people that they can't even live there. Like I seen a few people from the barrios complaining. I'm like, what the fuck? You live in a fucking in a tin roof and shit. The fuck do you complain about poblado and shit, bro? Like, so it just seems like people just like to complain and shit, bro. But I just saw the protest in Mexico, and then I saw like them breaking into stores and stealing shit. I'm like, oh fuck that, bro.
oh, there was looting and shit. I thought
Yeah,
it was just
yeah,
a
they're
peaceful
fucking breaking
protest.
into the stores, stealing clothes and shoes and all kinds of shit, bro.
Oh, was it the protest against the tourists over there?
The foreigners in Mexico City, bro, the
Oh,
capital.
against expats. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean the same thing is happening in Spain, right?
In
Madrid.
Spain, they're doing like the water guns and shit for like they're shooting. But I don't. I think Spain is really like more a serious thing compared to Mexico City or Medellin for the fact that people are really getting pushed out of Barcelona because like the Airbnbs are like taking up all the rental spots and shit. So people don't have nowhere to go and shit, bro. And so I think fucking that's what's going on over there. I really think that the Spaniards are like really fucking and really have like a self righteous fucking of complaint, bro, compared to Mexicans or even the Colombians, dude. They're getting pushed out for real, dog. Like they have no more space. You got a lot of expats that are living there, or not expats. You got a lot of Europeans from different cities, and even Latinos that are living in Barcelona and shit, bro. It's just not
Yeah.
enough living space, bro. Like I've been to Barcelona several times, bro, and I've always stayed like in fucking the nicer hostels there, but an Airbnb there is like, super expensive. Though. It's like almost like an Airbnb in Barcelona during busy season is almost like getting a hotel room, though. It's like almost $150 a night for like you might as well just get a 5-star resort or something like that there if you're gonna fucking get an Airbnb in Barcelona, dog. It's really expensive, dude. But salute to Rob, bro, our Colombian
Yeah.
guy, dude. What's up, dude? Did you hear what I said earlier?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Last time I was on your show, dude, I was half asleep. I actually flew into Bogota like 4 in the morning,
Oh,
and I don't know if I told you I got denied for my visa.
yeah, you did. Yeah.
Dude, I think there's a conspiracy against foreigners. They denied me 2 times. So they denied me. I'll tell you what I learned is you're better off getting a visa outside of the country, in Miami or anywhere else, because they still operate like they have a Western mentality. Here,
Oh,
they deny you for any little thing, dude. Like they actually deny you. If you take a picture of your, let's say, of your entry stamp in Colombia, they'll send you a denial. They'll say, nope, you got to scan it and send it back, and then that counts against you. So every little thing they just deny you for. So now it's my 3rd time applying for a visa. I got denied in the U.S. because I was in Colombia applying for a visa, but asked to do it in the U.S. So they canceled my application, and I submitted one in Bogota. That got canceled. That's the 2nd time. This is my 3rd time. And now this time they're asking for 3 things. You got to be really careful because now the things they're asking for, you have 90 days to provide. If you don't provide it within 90 days, you have to submit the same information. And then you have to pay all over again. You got to get somebody to translate the document in Spanish. You got to get it notarized and apostilled. It's a nightmare, dude.
what would you do if you get denied a 3rd time?
Probably just, I told my girlfriend, I said, I'm going to have to leave the country to get the visa. Go to the U.S. and just go to the consulate there, the Colombian consul in the U.S. Because you could actually
Yeah.
sit down with somebody. Here in Colombia, I flew into Bogota, and I made a phone call on the phone to talk to somebody. You don't even talk to them in person. It's crazy. So
No,
if I
Yeah,
didn't,
man. It's But yeah, they're making just things kind of hard. Like also, if you guys have noticed, is like also with the Trump admin. I mean, there's a lot of like in terms of just immigration policies and all that. That should also tighten up. So when you coming back, now have you certain people I heard the news are being stopped and asked questions. So like because
Yeah, yeah.
because
I
how it
provided all
is.
the correct documentation, but now they're hitting me. They're trying to do it straight by the book. So the document I provided was notarized and apostilled, and there's an FBI criminal history you got to provide. That when they accept it, it takes a while to get that from the FBI, and then you have to get it notarized and apostilled. And so that one they accepted in July. Now we're going into September. If you go past the 90-day period, they cancel your application, have you get another document, notarize it, and apostilled and translated. It's a nightmare, dude. It's a nightmare. I made a mistake getting my visa while I was in Colombia. Biggest mistake I ever made. They're so complicated. It's ridiculous. And you'll hear this from everybody. Even a buddy of mine who left the country after living here for 15 years. He goes, I'm done with these people. And he left. He went to the Philippines.
You know what? Homie's Hub got denied as well. His fucking visa. And so they're like the second person I've seen that talks about getting denied. Do you think they're just doing it on purpose or because of like trying to
No,
get back?
I think they're just they really want to try to do everything by the book. Like there's no flex. If you go past 90 days, even if you provided the document previously got canceled, they're just trying to make it. I couldn't tell you, bro. That's a great question. I think maybe they've always been this way, but they have no flexibility at all. It's like straight by the book, which I've never seen anything like it. Because they could have said, look, you provided documentation previously, we'll accept it. But now that they're just, I don't even know where to even start. Now I got to get this one document, same document translated just to change the date on there. So I can't flip. Yeah, I swear to God, it's just a change of a date. All I got to do is just have it today's date instead of like May 1st. Just to change the date. I don't know what the hell that's all about. They want to do it by the book, 90 days, according to their law. They're trying to be more American than Americans, which I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Well, I mean, I'm going through the same process in Mexico. Like my mom made a mistake on the birth certificate, so I had to like correct it here. And because Mexico is real strict, like even though like if a letter is off, they won't accept it. And so I have to do like it's a long story, but she did like a mistake when I was born. Like, she put on there that I was born in like Mexico as well, even though I wasn't. Right. And so I have to like technically my cousin could have just done it the way it is, but it would say on my passport born in Mexico, and I would have maybe trouble if I ever came back to the States and it'd be like, well, why the fuck does both of your passports say you're born in fucking, here and then here and shit? Like, so where were you born at? Right. So I just told my cousin, I was like, you know what, bro? Like later on, like, he was telling me you could buy property now. Like I could have got my citizenship this month if I want to, but I just told him, you know what, bro? Let's just do it by the book and shit. Because I don't want to fucking down the road like buy a property or buy a fucking house or some shit and then
have some regrets.
I was like, bro, let me just do it by the book. It's not in no fucking hurry. I don't have the money for a fucking house anyways right now. So I was like, I'll just like just do the process 6 months because when you're not from this country, like if you're born somewhere else, even if you're a citizen, it says on the passport like the country that you're born.
Yeah, it says
and so that's what's gonna be my problem. And shit, I was like, you know what, fool, I'd rather not do that. Not only that, but like my thing is that 2 passports is good enough for me, bro. I don't know. Me personally, like let's say like if I was to stay in Colombia for like 2 months and then I came back with the Mexican passport, would they allow me another 3 months? I don't know. Because now they have the biometric system, so it's kind of like you can't really do that no more. So to me, I still would rather have a second passport, bro. And not only that, but I could buy property now and by the sea if I want to, by the beach. So I was like, you know what? Let me do it the right way. Actually, but it's a process that's gonna take about maybe 6 months up to a year, bro. Because they have to put in like on the database that you're not committing fraud. And so like if anybody like knows that you're committing fraud, they have like 30 days to like submit a claim, and then that doesn't happen. Then it goes to the courts, and that takes it's a headache, bro. It's a long process for me, but I'm not in a hurry, like I said, but I just do it right and then do it the first time, and I'm good, bro. So,
yeah, no, I follow you, dude. I think I think they probably always operated this way because I was told, and I read online as well in some blogs, they're just very complicated here and they don't try to assist you. So I've applied for an application 3 times. And I'll tell you the truth. If I went and hired an attorney in Medellin, it would have cost me $600 without all my fees. So even if I'm paying $50 a pop, it costs me $150 or $160. With an attorney, it's $600. And I'm learning the process myself. So it's still cheaper. All I'm missing is 3 things. And the 3 things they're asking for, which one of them I actually figured out, which I got private international insurance, health insurance, but they still want me to provide documentation showing that I paid into their health insurance system. And then I'm going to have to explain to them what happened. So a Colombian woman that I hired, she went in and put down, I make a minimum salary so I can pay less in the Social Security system. That's a problem because I should have just got private insurance. She was just trying to make her money. I didn't know what's going on. So I've been paying for years. I don't use their system. I just needed it for my visa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Fucking. I was talking about the show earlier about like I was on Steven's podcast the other day on an X, and we're talking about this guy was dating this Colombian girl in Medellin, and he later on found out that I don't know through this website he put her number and he found out all kinds of shit that she was like a prepaga. She had customers from many countries, and she had like 4 different boyfriends, and then she gave this dude like an STD.
Yeah.
And the guy was like pretty much like so hurt, you could tell, but he put her on blast though, dude. I don't think you should ever. I know you know Colombian more than me, so you know how vengeful the Colombians are, and so my thing was that he's like, I thought she was a good girl because she's studying, you know, to become a veterinarian, but he put her name on blast, and I saw it on his ex, like he put her name on the social media.
I think the mistake these guys make is they look at the beauty, and then everything else becomes secondary. That's just how it is. They look at if the girl's attractive and then hope that she's a good girl. That's not the case, dude. She's good looking, high probability. She got a couple of guys, or who knows, dude. Like it's not like you think it is. You're not gonna have an attractive woman. She's gonna stay loyal or committed to you, dude. Remember that guy that killed that 21-year-old? He was like in his mid-30s. That guy from Wisconsin, the Greek American dude.
Yeah.
Ordos. So he flew in and he was financing this girl. She was a DJ, 21-year-old DJ, met her online. Went into, I think, where was it? Bogota. She's a famous DJ in Colombia. So he was paying for her tit job and everything else. Flew in. I guarantee you he went through her phone or something. She was fucking laughing at him and said, oh, look at this guy. He's been financing me. He went through it, lost his mind, choked her to death, and just put her in a suitcase. You know the story on that?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And they tried. Weird thing is he flew into Panama to try to get to like Macedonia because they have no extradition. What an idiot. Why would you go to Panama? You should have gone to Ecuador. Panama will last because Panama used to be part of Colombia. Ecuador, they don't have the best of relations, you know.
Man, I'll tell you this. Like my thing is that on that podcast that was very interesting. The guy said this website, and bro, I found a bunch of girls that I know or used to talk to on there, dude. It like you type the girl, you know, you put the girl's picture, and it'll show you like if she did webcamming, even if it was years ago.
Oh, really?
Bro, remember that girl I had on my live? She's on. I found her on there. The friend that was at the apartment that day that was in the back, she was on there as well. I found 2 other girls that had already told me they did it, but I still searched them anyways. And yes, they're both on there. And I found a total of 7 girls, bro, that I used to fuck with on there and shit, bro.
Yeah.
And the other girls didn't come out, but it doesn't mean they weren't doing it. But the database maybe didn't find their face and shit, dude. But I found 7 girls, dog.
Really?
7 girls. Even though, like, I think the problem is that they did it for like a month, thinking they were gonna get like huge amount of money. But you know how it is. Like they have to rent the room, they have to pay for the transportation, and they don't make. I think all the girls that I knew that did it, they did it for like a month because it tells you how long they were doing it for. And I was just like laughing. I was like, man, these bitches thought they were gonna make so much money, and like they end up losing money, you know. But as that website was it's a fucking. I was surprised for like with some of the girls that I saw in there. I didn't think they were capable of doing that, but I was like, damn, for like just when you think you've seen it all, bro, like.
well, there's limited opportunity, so people, because there's limited opportunity.
Yeah, I'm not judging them, bro. I'm not gonna. I know they're desperate for money, and I know in Colombia, you know this, like a person takes about a whole year to fucking find a job, almost, dude. Like almost everybody
Well,
that
no,
I
I
know.
mean, if you're making, like, say for example, you're making minimum salary, and you're a professional, because that you'll be surprised even professionals don't make a lot. So you make a minimum salary. If you want to get a Samsung television set, because I've seen it firsthand, that TV costs about $450 for like a 50-inch. That's going to take them at least a year to 2 years to buy it. So the things we take a lot of stuff for granted. This is why now I start to understand why certain Colombians of higher stature keep to themselves, because it really is the have and have-nots.
Yeah, I see them too. Yeah, they keep to themselves. Yeah.
But yeah, they keep to themselves, because you'd be like where I'm at in the coast, we talking to these people that are from Stratus 5, like, hey, how you doing? They don't even say anything. You know, so it's like, what the hell, dude? It's very strange, but I didn't understand it. It's because the haves try not to be around the have-nots. And have-nots meaning the lower stratus, let's say 2 or 3. If they come from Stratus 5, they try not to even associate with Stratus 4. They'll talk to them at a restaurant if they're like at the mall and they're employees, but they don't try to associate with them. They will not sit down and have a beer with them for the most part. It's just, that's how it is. There's a class. It's like a caste system in India, but here it's a class system, not a caste system. It's along the same lines. So they discriminate. I'll give you an example. And I experimented with my girlfriend. She went into a what do you call it? Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
Really, really nice mall here where we're at. It's one of the 2 nicest malls in the city. She goes inside. She got some regular jeans on. This gay Colombian dude, like you can just tell he's from Stratus 2, is looking at her clothes, trying to eye her up and down like she couldn't afford a $20 splash. It's a lot of money here.
Yeah.
That's people they spend the whole day just to buy splash, you know. So we walk inside. He's eyeing her up and down. I said, you know what? I'm gonna put some Levi's on my girl, something else, just to experiment with it. Totally different experience, because those Levi's cost about $80 here, $100 here, to be honest with you. The U.S. you could get them for like $65 for some Levi's with tax, $70-something out the door. So anyway, it's expensive. So people eye you up and down to see what kind of clothes you're wearing, you know. So I told my girl, I said, don't wear some jeans like that to this Stratus, because these people are very judgmental. She's like, damn, you're smart. You're right. I said, of course. I've lived there for a long time. I see it firsthand. So I said to her, on the weekends, you wear your nice clothes. During the week, you wear your casual. When you go to like these nicer places, like the Stratus 5 and 6 places, because they really eye you up and down, dude.
Yeah, you told me that the first time you went there, you went to the mall with a girl, right? And there people were staring at you. Right?
Yeah, this was in Medellin at El Tesoro Mall.
Okay.
So we went in and we bought this pizza. I didn't know this. This is back before the foreigners were going to arrive in Medellin. This is in 2013. And we went to the mall, and the pizza cost more than the clothes that she was wearing. She's good looking. But the pizza cost more than everything she was wearing. So this fat Paisa dude started staring at us for 45 minutes. I said, hey, dude, you want to eat with us? The fuck are you looking at? You know? 45 minutes he's staring at me. I couldn't figure it out. Then I figured it out. I was like, oh, shit. He's eyeing this girl's dress and her shoes. I'm like, and I'm not an arrogant guy. Even if I have money, I don't have money. I don't think my shit doesn't stink. But that's because I was raised with fucking values. But this guy was really just staring for 45 minutes. And I speak better Spanish today, but back then with my limited Spanish, I said, hey, gordo, you want to eat pizza with us? Like, why? Like, he's not even paying for the food, and he's staring at us for 45 minutes.
Damn.
At least pay for my food.
But you don't think he was mad about just staring at the girl because she was good looking?
No, he was staring at her clothes like he was like, so like, it's like walking into Beverly Hills and you're wearing like $50 pants on in Beverly Hills where they spend $2,000 on a pair of jeans, you know? So it's the same mentality. People don't realize this. The class system is very strong here. very strong. I couldn't understand. Like the building I'm in is Stratus 5, and nobody says hi to each other. Like really fucking, really miserable. There is no like very limited hola, como está, and all that, none of that. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't know if I told you the story when I was in Cali. I was staying at this. I had this a studio apartment, but it was a big colonial house, and everyone had their studio apartment. And every day there's one kitchen, and there's everyone's got their studio. And then I had a little kitchenette in my studio, but then you have a major kitchen. I used to walk by this lady from Cali, older lady, probably in her 60s. She was staying in the building. Every day she used to say to me, "Hola," and I wouldn't say anything to her. Day number 4, she goes, "Hola." She lost her mind and shit because I never said hola to her. So she lost her mind, started yelling, "Hola," and I said, "Oh, hola." After day number 4, the moral of the story is they're big on etiquette in certain places in Colombia. Here, not so much so in the coast, but when you start going to other places, people are going to say hola, thank you, and everything else. Etiquette's a big deal where they actually acknowledge you. You know what I mean? You'll see that more like in Medellin and the Paisa areas. And then I think in other parts of the country, but in certain areas, it's heavily influenced versus in the other areas. Like here in the coast, and I don't want to say this, but they have a reputation of being lazy, you know? Yeah, Colombia, they're known for being lazy. This guy doesn't like to work. He's from the coast. And I was asking my girl about that, but my girl comes from a small town, and then she moved to a major city. She's a hard worker. She works. She gets up at 5 in the morning, gets ready and everything else to start work at 8 a.m. and get off at 6 p.m. And then she doesn't make a lot of money. She's a professional. She's an analyst. So she's always on the computer, on the phone, talking to people. He goes, "Estoy profesional, amor." I was like, "Yes, you sound like a customer service representative on the phone." But she's a professional, but she's really good, like really good. And I'm like, the hell's she doing working here? If she was in the US, she'd be making easily 6 figures a year for what she does, you know? So, but it's funny. She kind of teases me a little bit with my Spanish, because they make fun of, you know what it is? If you're American, even if you speak Spanish, they're still gonna tease you. You know what I mean?
Of course,
Like,
yes.
they have a stereotype that anybody that's American can't speak Spanish, or you have like a gringo accent. ¿Dónde está el carro? That like they think that's how we all speak, even though that's not what I sound like when I speak Spanish. But her friends, what happens is that influence among Colombians is heavy. Like there's that envy. Oh, you're dating a gringo, huh? Does he speak to you? ¿Dónde está el carro? Like you destroy the language. It's not the truth, but they're so like a little. I don't want to use the word backward, but they believe that every American that speaks Spanish sounds like that, even the ones that are Hispanic.
Yeah.
It's crazy as that sounds.
I think Colombians might be pretty close. I don't know if Argentinians are more xenophobic, but Colombians are pretty xenophobic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I would you say overall, or would you say certain parts of the country?
For sure, in Bogota and Medellin, they are.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's their inferior complex.
Yeah, 100%. Like they look at, so they think that Americans are stupid because you pay more money for stuff in their country.
Yeah. But I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, so they think that because you pay more for, let's say you tip, if you go to a barber, you tip, or you pay more for stuff like renting an apartment, you get taken advantage of. They think you're weak and you're stupid.
Yeah, I always say Colombians are the best hustlers in the world, and I think they use their friendliness and kindness to their advantage and trying to wear you down, and then eventually they think if they ask you that if they can ask you 5 days later after being nice to you, hey, can you buy me these bananas? You're gonna say yes because you don't want to look like an asshole. And I think that it's the same when I lived in Thailand. Like anytime a group of people are always trying to hype up their country or always trying to like talk about how great they are. I mean, you can be like legit proud of your country and have patriotism, but then there's a point where you do it so much where it's like, well, it kind of seems like you actually don't feel good about yourself, and that's why you're always talking so much shit. And I just think that Colombians, I think that they know their country has problems, and I think they know they have a lot of corruption, but they hide behind it in other ways and cover it up. And I think that's why they talk so much stuff. But the truth is, they need us more than we need them. So
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. I'm with you on that. No, that makes sense. I don't. Yeah, it's just the way I see it, and I'm starting to really understand it. Because in order to live here long term, you got to think like a Colombian.
mm,
It depends on the city you're in as well. You have to think like a person from that city. Like if you're a Rolo, you got to be like a Rolo. If you're a Paisa, like a Paisa. Same thing if you're a Costeño, you have to acclimate to the environment or you won't survive. You could be happy-go-lucky, but then you'll stand out because people are more reserved in certain cities. Like the city I'm in, people are more reserved. It's not that they're not friendly, but it's like you have to work through that shell and get to know them. It's not that easy. They're very cliquish.
mm.
Very cliquish, even if it's a different like stratus or class. Very cliquish. And if they can get something out of you, then they're going to be around you. If they can't get anything out of you, they won't be around you. Being my girlfriend's just into me for my looks. Come on, dude.
I mean, that's kind of why they're fake, though, because their friendliness is like a cover for them trying to get to know you more and possibly, like you said, get something out of you or maybe rob you. I
Yeah,
think,
100%.
I mean, in Mexico, they're friendly too. And they're obviously Mexicans who, rob people just like any country. But I felt like in Colombia, I always had to have my guard up more because I didn't feel like I could trust anybody. Not even one little local I felt like I could ever like invite to my house or anything. And it's
Well,
sad.
if you put your guard down, they'll get you with the scopolamine in certain cities like Medellin or Cartagena or even Cali.
I mean, I always say like if you live in Colombia, you have to move like a CIA agent.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I did it. I mean, I always had like I would always if I brought a girl back to my apartment, like I had another apartment that I would put all my stuff in.
Yeah.
And then I would like if I brought her back, there would be nothing in there, but literally just my old phone, and that's it. Like if she's gonna steal my phone, that's fine, but she's not gonna get my debit card, my laptop, all the other stuff.
Yeah, but even if that's not the case, she doesn't know that you don't have anything like that. She'll still scope you. So I wouldn't even like let them, come back. You know what? If you do, you get their ID, have the guy at the front, write it in. Even my girlfriend, they were giving her a hard time coming in, even though I put her on the list. She had to show her ID. They had to sign her in. That which is good, but at the same time, gets kind of old because she's already on the list. Why is the next guy giving her a hard time? It's annoying. But that's just how they operate. So the security guard told me it's dangerous here,
Yeah.
He's telling me it's dangerous. He's right. There was a black guy that was killed here where I'm at now. He
Mhm.
tried to buy a 3-unit building, and he paid the guy with like direct payments to his account 4 times for 200 grand. Tried to buy the building. Big mistake. He didn't have a lawyer involved, and he didn't get a notary. So this guy had the money wired to him. High probability. I'm thinking the owner of the building killed him. Put a hit on him. It's not expensive to put a hit on a person. Like I'm not trying to. I don't want to say this on YouTube, but he probably paid $100, maybe $200 at most to pull a hit on this guy.
Are you talking about? I think his name was Timothy.
Timothy Reed? Yeah,
Barranquilla.
yeah.
Yeah. We heard about that. Yeah.
So I think because he wasn't moving the right way. Why would you rest in peace? First of all, to Timothy Reed. Why would you wire 4 payments, 50 grand for $200,000 to this guy that you're buying a building from? He's thinking he's doing it like it's in the U.S. I don't know who told him to do that. I think, and forgive me, God, if I'm wrong. I think the woman that he was going to marry, was possibly in on it.
Yeah, I think so.
She's not educated. First off, she's from Stratus 1 or something. She doesn't know how the system works there. She doesn't know how to buy property. But I think she might have advised him. And she said, "Oh, yeah, honey, just wire the money to this guy. And then once you make the last wire, he'll give you the keys. And then you sign he'll give you a note or something." I don't know what happened, but I'm going to assume that's what occurred. But I've seen the videos. It's pretty disturbing. Like, he's like, "I don't feel comfortable right now. Just wire 200 grams." Like, what the hell? You didn't consult with anybody? Just ask some foreigners that live there. "Hey, how do I do this?" What do I do? Just I don't know. I think, like I said, his woman was probably talking into his ear.
Mm,
And they shot him in the
yeah,
head 3 times for his chain, which doesn't make any sense.
that was
Killed him.
terrible.
What's that?
I thought she kept his apartment all this time.
I don't know. I honestly think the owner probably just paid her off $10,000 and told her, go away.
Mm,
She probably took the money, right? Said, "Fuck it."
That's a lot of money. $10,000
Yeah,
times
yeah,
four is
for them,
40
yeah.
million. She
I
could live
think
off of 40 million.
I think that the problem with Colombians is that I just think that like ever since the '80s, like with the political culture, they just and I think a lot of people don't understand the psychological part of them, like their history of La Valencia and the trauma and not having a father in the house. I think Colombians are walking around with a lot of undiagnosed mental health issues, and
Yeah, that's
Latin
facts.
America, they don't talk about like depression and suicide as much as they do in the United States. And I just think a lot of Colombians are in pain, and they I don't really think that they understand. They're uneducated people, and they don't. And Latinos in general are very emotional people,
Yeah.
and I just think that it creates like this recipe for all the stuff that you see happening down there. And then you mix that in with only making $300 a month, and that's why these guys are getting murdered down there. And it's also a culture, man, because like yesterday on my live, we had a guy in there. He's been going there since 2012, and he said that he first got drugged back then, even 2012. So this culture of like taking advantage and hurting people, it's been going on even before the gringos were coming.
I
Obviously,
I think that's a good point, but also too, um, the economy in these countries is so bad. People don't really have like time to go to a therapist. They're in survival mode. You know what I mean?
true.
It's the same in the country I was born. Like the economy is so bad. Like you don't have time to, you know what I mean, be depressed. Like you got to make money to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. I think a lot of people are walking around with a lot of like mental issues in Colombia, man. Like I always say, like, yeah, like I agree with you 100%, man.
Mm. I
Yeah.
mean, it just nobody wants to talk about it, but a lot of guys I know will talk about the IQ thing, and I don't want to get racist, obviously, because that's not fair. But I'm a Hispanic guy. My ancestors come from Mexico, but there is something to be said about. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's like your IQ is based on your race, obviously, but I do think there's a cultural thing, and it just seems like in some countries they can't get their act together, and they culturally just keep on doing like negative stuff. And Colombia is like so close to finally getting itself right. If they would just get rid of some of the corruption and quick fix the crime, it could become like a really rich, powerful country. But it's just like they can't get there for some reason.
Yeah, I live in Mexico, so I'm still looking for that sweet spot. You know what I mean? Because here the feminism is very like apparent, and like the Me Too movement and all that. Um, and Colombia is not really that much feminism, but it's still like you said with the whole IQ thing. Like I can't really have an intellectual conversation with a, you know what I mean, a regular Colombian. Um, compared to like a regular Mexican girl, I can have an intellectual conversation like no problem. So I would say I'm still looking for that like the sweet spot, like the perfect place, I guess.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because when I used to live in Thailand, I knew this British guy, and he was dating a girl from the Philippines, and he used to always say to me, he's like, I like her, but I can't have pillow talk with her. I can't have deep conversations with her. And like everybody in this world is in their own little world. But one thing I noticed about Colombians is like if you try to ask for their opinions about things, they don't. They're just like, well, I don't know. like they don't understand like how to have deep conversations. Like you talk to a girl that's real pretty, and you're like, what do you think about this? And she'll be like, oh, more, no lo say. Like, what, like, they don't understand like just like basic deep stuff. Like, and it's not. It's just wasting your time talking to them.
That's facts. You know what they have a big opinion on? They have a big opinion on fucking gringos.
Yeah.
They could talk to you about gringos in the country and how everybody's a sex tourist for days.
Bro, but they're fucking. They have like they blame also like if you want them like to talk about like the crime, be like, how come you have so much crime? What was the Venezuelans? I'm like, oh, bro.
Well, the Venezuelans are dangerous, though. They are dangerous.
Yeah, they are, but I mean, Colombia's always been dangerous even before the Venezuelans got there. Like the druggings and shit, fool, that belongs to them and shit. Fool. Like
Yeah.
Colombians were the ones that invented the fucking narco terrorism and shit with the car bombings and all that shit, bro.
Yeah, no, it's still dangerous, bro. It's still, I remember, I think was I in Medellin or Cali? I don't remember. It's been some time, but it was like probably 8 months ago. I don't remember. No, I think it was Cali. This guy, he was a Didi driver. Didi's you guys probably know, it's a Chinese ride sharing, right?
Yeah.
Something happened with this guy. I don't know what happened. I told him, I'm not going to take the car. I got into his car. He's on the phone. And he's playing salsa music or some shit. So I told him, I say, por favor, baja música. He went crazy. Esa mi carro. Soy el jefe. He went crazy. I'm the boss. This is my car, right? So I said, you know what? Vamos que su lado. And I got out the damn car. And I started thinking, you know what? I'm not going to walk away. Let me say something to this guy.
Oh, my God, Rock. Come on, bro. You know better.
Let me tell you what he did. He grabbed the machete underneath the seat, and he's a midget. And he's a midget, too. And I'm pretty tall. I'm almost 6 feet tall. This guy's a midget, and he's got the machete under his seat. Hey, kiddish. I was thinking, God damn, I'm about to cancel my visa. This is when I think, what was this? Oh, I had my visa when it expired in June, but I was thinking, damn, if I do something, I won't be able to get another visa. That's the thing. They look at, if you do anything, they look at your criminal history in the country to consider your visa. They'll ask you, have you ever been arrested in Colombia or something like that, So imagine I'm beating up this midget with the machete. I mean, he's got a machete, so fuck, I don't know what he's going to do, right? Even if you know how to fight, the guy's got a machete. And so what do you do? Fight a guy with a machete? So I was like, let me just walk away, man. What am I going to do? I'll tell you what my concern was. I'm thinking, damn, I got a visa. I don't want to risk losing my visa and whatever. It's not worth it for my ego, right? It's kind of like a person on a plane getting into an argument. First thing I think, if you ever get into an argument on a plane, you'll be put on a no-fly list. And that's it. You won't be able to be a passport pro or Pookie. So stuff like that I think about, if you ever raise your voice or go crazy. I think in Dubai, you know what's cool about Dubai? If somebody raises their voice, you go to jail. If you start yelling.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that black girl that went to jail about a year ago she was like returning a vehicle. Yeah, she was like a influencer.
She was yelling at some Filipino worker or something like that.
She was in Dubai and shit. When they put her in, they locked her up for a few months and then they released her. I was laughing. I was like, man, dude, like
she was on Black Twitter. They're like, don't raise your voice on Black Twitter. Don't raise your voice in them Arab countries.
Nah, bro, it happens everywhere. Like I saw a video like a week ago on a couple of there was like a black flattening or something like that in the car in Mexico. I don't know if it was in Cancun, but they started like talking trash to the Mexican army. They're like, I'm calling the embassy right now. I'm like, bro, they're not gonna do shit for you, bro. Like,
yeah,
they're being cool with them, and they eventually let them go. But I was like, damn, dude, like that girl was like the entitlement that she had. Like, you're not gonna give me a ticket, or I don't know, dude. Like,
yeah, honestly, those guys were doing their job. They were just checking their car. They do that to everybody. So
yeah, but they were just fucking like, I'm on the phone with the embassy right now, bro. They're not gonna do shit, bro. Come on, dude. Like, you're not important.
Oh yeah, of course not, dude. I mean, there's Americans getting killed in other countries. You think they're doing anything about it? Nothing.
No.
Used to be that the American government would come to the aid of an American hurt or killed. Now it's just you're just another number.
There's too many people in the States. That's why I don't give a fuck anymore.
They don't care, dude. They don't care. There was a Palestinian American dude in Israel who was beaten to death by some settlers, and nobody said anything about that. It was just like, oh, he's just another Palestinian.
Oh no, you know what? I saw a girl that got run over by a bulldozer, an American white girl. She was like
2001, I think it was.
No, it was like this year. It was this year, bro. She was in not Gaza. She was in the West Bank.
No, are you sure it was this year? There was a girl named something Carrie something like that. She was
But it
run
happened
over
this
by-
year, fool, because it was all over the. I watched the fucking Young Turks, and they reported it, like the girl got
Okay.
run over by the bulldozer, and she passed away. She was an American white girl.
Yeah, I think that happened before. They probably just revisited that. She was killed, I think, in 2001.
Nah, this was like recently, bro. This recently.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it was
crazy.
recently and shit, bro. She was run over by a bulldozer and shit, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, it used to be that the American embassy would be up in arms. Hey, man, we're worried about our citizens. You know what's funny? The Chinese are trying to pull like the American move. Like the Chinese will go to Africa, and then they'll be extorted in these African countries. Like they'll be charged an extortion fee, and the Chinese are very passive because they come from a communist country. So they're like, "Oh, we're Chinese. We need to speak up like the Americans," and something like that. Speak because they're very passive.
Them Chinese people are racist as hell, man.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they
I
are.
don't know, man. I'll push back on what you guys said a little bit because I do agree that they don't give a fuck like the American embassy. But recently, like I saw last year or earlier this year, there were some Americans in Venezuela. I think Trump got them out. So
Yeah, but that's because it's Venezuela, dude. If it's a country that they're against, like Venezuela or Russia, yeah, then you'll get some pushback. If it's a country like Israel or somewhere else, there won't be any pushback.
I think it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens because I don't know. I mean, we can't, the CIA government lies to us about stuff, and they say that Maduro is, part of the drug cartels and selling drugs, and I'm sure there may be some truth to that. But I'm real curious to see what's gonna happen if they're gonna do something about that guy down there.
Well, Venezuela's got a lot of oil. I think they got like the fourth largest reserves on the planet. A lot of the Citgo gas stations in the U.S., those are Venezuelan oil. That's Venezuelan oil. So it's interesting because they sit on the fourth largest reserves on the planet. You think they're going to let this guy run the show for another 10 years? They got to do something. He's been there for a
Right.
while.
That makes sense. I think, honestly, I was thinking about it. I think that Mexico is like on the verge of becoming the next China and industrial wise. And like, so if they think to themselves, if we could stabilize Mexico more and then we can use them as a way to get resources from them, then that could be part of also the other reason why they want to maybe do stuff down there because they
I
figure.
don't think they'll stabilize Mexico.
I don't either. I don't think so either, but I'm just saying they're thinking they can
90%, I hate to say this, but 90% of the drugs coming into the U.S. comes in from Mexico. Cocaine,
Right.
meth, you name it. 90% come from Mexico. You think they're going to want to stay? That's a lot of money, dude. What is that, $100 billion? I forgot the exact number. But
Well, I don't think, shooting stuff down there is the answer because either way, as long as Americans keep buying that shit, it's not going to matter. That's my opinion. But I think that they're thinking that because it's the same thing with Colombia. Like if Mexico got the cartel stuff out of the way, the country would become even richer than they are now.
right.
But I mean, that's not going to happen, right? So
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
No, there was a shooting last week in Tulum at one of the hostels I used to go party at. I was actually there this year for like a whole month. They killed like 3 people outside that place. Man,
yeah,
they don't give a fuck over there. I just think it's like they're kind of like out of control, man. Like it's.
I think
Mexico, I think
think
that's what Colombia was in the 80s. Mexico is what Colombia was in the
Yeah,
80s.
it's just like that. Except minus the car bombs and shit. That's the only thing that's missing, the fucking car bombs and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, did you see what happened yesterday in Cali?
No, what happened? Was there a bombing?
Yeah, there was, like I said, it was a drone that killed people.
Hey, can we use those words on your channel? Or
Yeah.
Okay. But what was it?
They said it was a drone that was like a terrorist attack and like.
Oh yeah, they was in front of a police station, right?
Yeah.
It was in front of a police station, killed like so many people.
They said it was FARC or part of it.
Yeah, they said it was FARC. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Colombia, like Cali's very dangerous. You just got to figure out what the hell. Let's say, for example, you lived in Cali, but you live near the north part, La Flora, near Chippy Choppy, where that's where a lot of foreigners like to live. All you're doing is going from your apartment to the mall. Like, what the hell? It's like an open air prison. It's like the Gaza Strip. You're limited in your movement, which is dangerous. Not just those FARC, but the crime. you can't walk around. You walk around with an iPhone, you get killed.
But over there in Cali, they wait like months before they drug you, right? It's like different because in Medellin, they drug you the first night, and in Cali, they kind of like wait a few months before they drug you. That's what I heard from the locals. Like, that's fucked up. And you're gonna let your guard down because imagine you're banging a girl for like a 6 months or whatever. You're like, oh, she spent the night several times. You know, she's good. You know, you're gonna let your guard down 100%.
You remember the Asian guy that got set up? He's like 50 years old. He had a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
You seen how they put him in a headlock and took him in? I'm surprised he didn't try running.
I would have tried running and shot like, fuck, because they're gonna, man, dude, if I die, I'd rather die right there than then fucking.
Those guys were pretty short, but you know, it's weird, man. Very strange. Because they were just grabbing him, put him in a headlock, and just taking him to the apartment. He had an opportunity to run. What do you do, man?
I think he was in shock.
When they got him in the apartment, I'm sure they tortured him. I have no freaking feeling, dude.
I didn't know that, but I found out from watching that Obiland video that she had like a boyfriend, and I was like, that's another example of like he didn't even know what was really going on with her. I think she had like a 17-year-old boyfriend.
I'm sure he was the one that stabbed him, the 17-year-old.
Probably because they said that he got jealous.
Yeah, and they took a rock and they smashed his skull.
Poor guy, man.
Yeah, poor guy. He wasn't a bad guy. I just think he was like, going through a midlife crisis. 50 years old,
Yeah.
50, and he's like, dude, I got my 19-year-old girl right here. And then she makes a smirk. I was like, that's not your girl, dude. I mean, as soon as I seen that facial expression, I was like, that's not his girl.
But I was gonna ask you, how long do you think it took for them to like decide to rob him? Like, do you think the guy found out, or maybe he was like, do you think maybe like he was getting like giving the girl money and she was like giving it to her boyfriend, but the boyfriend was greedy?
It was in the video, man, and Obiland said that everything was fine at first, but then the boyfriend found out that she was with him and he got jealous.
No, but do you think that maybe like the boyfriend was getting money though? Because sometimes you know how these fucking dudes let their chicks do that.
100%. She was so she takes his money and she lives in Stratus 2 or something. She would take the money from the Asian guy for sure. And then she would take them out to drink and they get a bottle of liquor at a bar in their neighborhood. And then she's paying for it. And they're probably thinking, how the hell can you afford all this? Oh, I got this guy, he's paying for it. And they laugh about it. They're like, I take him to the bank. I met a guy that was my translator in Cali years ago. This guy, really a scumbag. And he turns out he's my translator. Yeah, he's my translator. Check this out. His uncle is a big-time drug dealer in Cali. So he says, hey, man, I want you to meet my uncle. And I'm like, dude, he's just my translator. So he takes me to this penthouse in Cali, and the door is like 6 inches thick. So like a bullet can't go through the door. And so he opens his door, and this Colombian girl looks like a prepago. She goes, hola. And I'm walking in. I'm thinking, damn, this is not a good sign. So I walk inside. I got to be chilled. And they have a penthouse. They got a swimming pool in there, and it's 2 levels and everything else. They like, we want you to work with us. I said, what are you, crazy? I was thinking, I don't want to work with you guys. I just want to go, I had to play it smooth because, because they know me he was my translator for a couple of years. And what they were looking for is like a mule. And I was thinking, do I look like I want to be a mule? What do I look like, an idiot? So I said, okay, let me sleep on it. And I wanted just to get the hell out of there, And turns out it was like the guy that owned the condo, and then the woman, he got arrested in Peru with 17 kilos of cocaine, Yeah, he's going to do, I don't know how many years in Peru. He's going to do like 22 years. So then they had to sell all his assets in order to get him a lawyer in Peru and try to get him off or something like that. Crazy stuff, dude. Like you think your translator is just a regular translator. Somehow he's related to somebody. So you got to be careful, man. You just don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Obiland says one thing, but I mean, who really knows? Like, I my personal gut is like, she was giving the money to her boyfriend, and eventually just got greedy. He's like, well, we could just steal more. Like, why just get a few $100? Like
well, why would you? Look at how low IQ they are. Why would you have them wire the money from your account to their account? Like, how stupid is that? You know what I mean?
They won't get caught though. So,
well, I mean, it's a paper one account to the next account. Like the hell, dude. But poor guy, he was stabbed to death, and then they threw him off the damn mountain or some shit.
Yeah,
he wasn't. he wasn't going home. He knew too much. This is why you got to be careful. I would highly recommend you move very slow. Don't try to befriend anybody. You know, I've known the guy he was rich in another city I lived in the coffee region. He's got this like a lot of apartments, a gym, and everything else, and he's asking me to pay for stuff. I'm thinking, how the hell are you? You got all this real estate, you got no money? It's just really weird. So after knowing this guy for 12 years, I'm not friends with him because at the end of the day, it's what can he get from you? Even though he's got this real estate, he's considered rich. He's still thinking, what can I get from you? You know, whatever. It's very strange, really weird, very weird experience.
It's a very cutthroat culture.
Yeah, it's what you can give them.
Yeah, but you look at the video, the girl was like behind the dudes, like with her hand in her fucking face. Like, come on, bro. You know
Hiding
what
her
they're gonna
face,
do.
yeah. She was hiding her face. She seen the camera. She was hiding her face.
Fuck, man. Do you know how many years she got? Does anybody know?
Yeah, it was. I saw an article today. Let me check it. I'll let you know in a second.
There's a story I could maybe I was reading. You could read it on I think something Therese or something like that in Medellin. This guy's Black American. He's in his late 40s. He meets an 18-year-old below average looking Afro-Colombian or just Colombian girl. Somehow he brings her back to his Airbnb. Doesn't have security. She tried drugging him. He's a big guy. She didn't put enough in there, but he was drowsy. So she went and grabbed a kitchen knife, started stabbing him in the neck. Ended up killing the guy. But he was a big guy. Imagine the guy's drowsy and he's like, he's not at 100%, but a big guy and she's small. So she's like terrified. Oh, he's going to kill me. So she goes and grabs a kitchen knife, starts stabbing him in the neck. Kills the guy and then steals his stuff. But he was a big black guy, big Black American dude. Still got taken out.
They got 28 years, all four of them.
Oh, 28 each person?
Oh, you know what? I forgot. They did bring the people to justice that drugged those American soldiers. The State Department brought them. I think one dude got 40 and the other two got like 28 or something like that. One guy pretty much got a life sentence and shit, dude. He's fucked. Wow. And federal, too. It's federal, so he's going to do his time straight. No parole, no nothing. He's going to die in there probably and shit. Who knows? But
in Colombia or the U.S.?
Nah, they extradited him from fucking the Colombia to fucking...
Are you talking about, is that the story of Bogota or something like that?
I think it was in Bogota. The soldiers got drugged and shit. I'm correct and shit, dude.
Yeah, I think it was Bogota. How about the guy that was like a DEA agent in Bogota who got stabbed?
Oh, I haven't heard about that, right? Didn't one of them died and he committed suicide or some shit?
He did. Yeah, he did. Yep. That's real sad, man. He probably felt guilty.
No kidding. I didn't know about that one. Wow. Yeah.
I hope that bitch serves all 28 years, man.
I don't think so. I think she'll do maybe like 5-10 years if she's fucking unlucky and she'll
well, you know what's crazy? There was a serial killer. I think he was a Colombian serial killer. He killed like 250 Colombian kids.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What did he give him, like 5 years?
I don't remember, but he was from Armenia, the small city.
Popeye got like 20 years and he admitted to killing like 100 people, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Popeye, the fucking hitman for Pablo Escobar and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Popeye
and shit, dude. Yeah, he got like fucking 20 years, bro. They don't give you a hard time in Colombia.
Yeah, because they give you like they don't consider all 100, they just consider one. So they don't like.
Did you guys know that back in the 90s in Juarez that there was American guys that were serial killers that would go to wars and murder the women there?
Yeah, the factory, right? The women that work in factories?
Yeah, because like they knew they wouldn't get caught.
No kidding.
Yeah, I read a book about it, man. It's pretty terrible what they did to those poor little girls, man. I'm not gonna even say it.
So
but
you think they're American or are they Mexican?
Yeah, like they found. Well, some of it was obviously cartel, and some of it was Mexican guys. But there was also a guy. He was an Arab American that he would go down there, and they think that he did some stuff. Like they think he killed like 13 of them, and then the rest of it was the corruption. But yeah, there are definitely guys that would go down there because like if you do something horrible in Mexico, like they're gonna probably get mad because you're an American because like only we can kill each other. But like 90% of the time, like they don't solve the crimes in Mexico. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's crazy. And I heard about that. They were suspecting it might have been foreigners that were involved, but the other foreigners doing in Mexico, going killing factory girls or whatever. whatever that's all about. That's crazy, dude. Wow. Yeah, that's nuts. Well, they really now. I think they have the Colombian government now has information on everyone that flies in. They have the same database with the U.S. They share with the U.S. That's how they're able to find all these child molesters and rapists.
That's
So they,
good.
yeah, so as you fly in, they know who you are.
That's
You know?
good.
That's a good thing, man. That's a good thing. That's a
Yeah,
good
fuck
thing.
those
Yeah.
dudes, man.
Yeah, 100%. I think Medellin and then Cartagena as well. Those two places, you see people like most of the people getting off the plane are men. What the hell are they doing there? They got all of them got girlfriends. Give me a fucking break. You know what I mean? They can't even speak the language. You know what are they gonna say? Donde estar? Come on, dude.
Hey Rod, I thought you were tired of Columbia, man. I'm surprised you're still there.
You know, I got a girlfriend here. She's actually pretty good, but the problem with her is I was trying to negotiate with her to go get a Colombian boyfriend. I know it sounds crazy, right? I'm like, listen, let's negotiate breaking up so you go get yourself a Colombian dude. No, I don't know if I told you the story, but I told her, I said, look, we've only known each other 4 months. He's trying to get me to, help her out, go through some class or something, stuff like that, which I don't mind. It's not a lot of money, but I've never paid for any, like a girlfriend, never paid for anything for my girlfriends here. You know what I mean? If I ever my ex-girlfriend, this one, she's 30 years old and she's, she doesn't make a lot of money. She's a professional, but they don't pay her a lot. So, she sees me as a foreigner. She likes me. I'll tell you how you know the girl likes you. If you're financing a girl, let's say you're paying for a girl's school, like for her to take a class or whatever. If she's not calling you 5 times a day, or she's not asking to see you 3-4 times a week, she doesn't like you.
Mm.
That's how you know she wants to talk to you all the time. She's either doing that to keep you on the payroll or she really likes you, but she's not trying to see you and call you all the time. She's not into you. 100%. It's a transactional relationship. That's all it is.
I agree, because the real ones are possessive about stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, the ones like if it's transactional, they're trying to limit the interaction with you and get the most return on their money, on their investment. So they're gonna, it's exhausting for them. Imagine you pretending. Say, for example, you're in the U.S. and you got this girl that's rich, but she just happened to be heavy set, not attractive. You got to pretend you're into her just to get her money, right? You're gonna limit trying to be into this broad. You're not attracted to her. You don't like her personality. You just want her money. It's the same. You just flip the script. It's the same thing here. If the girl's not attracted to you, she just wants your money, dude. And she's trying to figure out, how do I limit the amount of time I talk to this guy?
Absolutely.
But isn't that what's going on with most foreigners that are going to Dominican Republic and Colombia?
Well, they don't speak the language. Imagine you're dating a girl in the U.S. She only speaks Spanish. She doesn't speak English. How the hell are you going to communicate? Excuse me, 1 second. Let me use sign language, or let me use a translation on my app. Come on, man. It's difficult. My Spanish is good, and I'm still thinking I need to take classes. And my Spanish is really good because I can hold conversations, and people tell me all the time, but I'm just very hard on myself. About trying to be fluent in anything, right? Which is a good thing to have because I'm not a perfectionist, but I want to at least speak fluent Spanish. My Spanish is very good, but I want to be fluent. So they tell me, oh, your Spanish is good. Well, imagine the people that can't speak the language and then they're trying to communicate. Girl might be into you temporarily for your money. She might be attracted to you, but that's it. There's nothing else there. How else is she going to get to know you?
I don't know how escorts do it, man.
Well, no, it's just a regular job to them, It's just a job. They don't see it as anything else. But think about it. The pre-pagos, for example, do they see it like they're something's wrong with them? No, they see it as a job.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, how do they shut it off? Like some big fat man is on top of you,
Yeah,
that's got to be tough.
Very tough. 100% it's got to be tough. And you got these guys, if you watch on some of these channels, they're talking about, oh, we're going here to Colombia, we're going to Dominican. Like they sound like they're players, but they're going for prostitutes.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's all prostitutes, and they're acting like they're players, for God's sake,
Well, that's what the whole Passport Bro group on Facebook does. They just post a bunch of working girls and act like they're like ballers and stuff.
Yeah, like they're ballers. Like they got these hot girls. It's. And I talked to my girlfriend about that. She's like, oh, this, she's telling me, I try to understand the mindset because in Colombia you got different cultures. You got the Costeños, you got the Caleños, you got the Paisas, the Rolos. They're all different. They're similar, but they're different. So if you ask their opinion, you're going to get a different mindset. They have a different mindset. They'll tell you from a Rolo perspective. That's just how it is, or from a Costeño perspective. Like, for example, I didn't know that people from the coast are lazy. So I started asking my girlfriend, hey, why you guys know you work all the time? Why do they know you guys as lazy or whatever? She goes, well, I'm from a small town, but the reason why it's too damn hot, or whatever. She tells me, it's just totally different mindset. Paisas see them as lazy. But,
Yeah, I think I've had some more experience with the Rolos, man, and I'm not sure how I feel about them. They really look down on people. Like,
yeah, 100%. I had a lady. I don't know if I told you last time I was on here. I was half asleep because I got up at 4 a.m. and I was listening to the thing after. I was like, damn, I'm half asleep. What the hell was I saying? So there was a lady that actually walked out of a restaurant. I don't know if she was a feminist, but she starts like walking really fast to grab the chain out of my hand. I'm surprised I didn't say anything. I should have just dropped the damn chain. So she sees me. I'm a pretty muscular guy. They get into they see you as masculine, and they want to demasculate you. It's real, dude. It's real. It's not just in the West. It's actually spreading around the world. The good thing about the Middle Eastern countries is those guys are in the Middle Eastern countries. They run the show there, so they're not going to let that shit happen there. But you go anywhere else, they want to demasculate the men.
yeah.
So there was like they're not intimidated by feminine or gay men, but when they see a guy that's more masculine, they get very intimidated by that.
Wait, what did she do?
She ran. She was like almost running to grab the chain out of my hand, like I was trying to put a chain. It's a chain that closes the door in this restaurant. So she grabbed the chain out of my hand like an animal, like just trying to get my attention. Really weird, very strange. This is in Bogota. And I was like, I'm surprised I didn't say anything. I mean, I'm patient. I couldn't believe it. But I think what it is now is I'm just not as reactive, if that makes any sense. In the past, I would have reacted. I say, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you grabbing the chair? I would have done that. Now I'm thinking this is just a low IQ person, not very intelligent. I try to make excuses. I was in my building. I had a guy that was sweeping the floor, went to throw my trash away. He stops from sweeping the floor to open the door where I'm about to walk inside to grab a piece of paper, throw it in the trash just to get in my way. So going back to what you guys said earlier, they have an insecurity complex. So I live in an area where it's Stratus 5. It's where rich people live. This guy's sweeping the floor. He's looking at me like, what makes this guy better than me? That's probably what he's thinking because he got in my way. So I slammed the damn garbage thing. He's trying to talk to me. I slammed it pissed off. Didn't say a word to him. Slammed it pissed off to let him know you're crossing my boundary, dude. You're getting in my way. So he did that intentionally because number one, they know I'm American. But number two, they have an inferiority complex. You know what I mean? They like it's real, dude. You guys don't realize that the inferiority complex with them is very strong. So because it's really strong, if they see an opportunity to take advantage of you, maybe rob you or steal something for you, even hurt you, they will. I'm not saying they're bad people, but I'm saying, hey, don't take it there.
Yeah, I noticed like if you talk to a girl from Bogota, and if you start using like Spanish that Medellin people do, like they'll like, oh, don't do that. I'm a Bogota person. Like I don't use those words. Like they treat you like you're less than them. I'm like, girl, I'm an American. Like I just grew up. Like I lived in Medellin. Like this is just how they speak. Like I'm just speaking to you like I would if I lived in Medellin. And like they'll look down on you, and it's just like the good thing about them is that they have like better jobs and better careers, so you're less likely to find a girl that's like a puta. But the problem is they think highly of themselves. So
Right.
a lot of guys hype it up like you can find a better girl there, and maybe you can, but a lot of them are
I
cold,
think
man.
you can when they get to like 40 years old. I don't think you'll find them when they're young. When they hit 40, they're like, oh my gosh, what are my options? Colombian dude doesn't want me. I'm 40 years old. And a foreigner would take her because she's 40. You know, that
Yeah.
foreigner, he's thinking she's my age. He doesn't realize she's considered old in Colombia.
I think that's true, man. Because lots of times you see guys that are like 50 and they'll marry someone that's 45, and like by then people are more mature and the relationship
Well, no,
works.
I mean, a Colombian would not marry somebody that age, but a foreigner
But
will.
yeah, like an American guy, he'll
They
meet some
they don't
girl.
see it any other way. So that's why
Yeah,
they get excited. Yeah. My girl's 30 years old. She's technically borderline getting considered old. She was in her prime 5 years ago. She was hot. I'll be honest with you guys. She was hot. She's good looking, but she was hot. You see her picture, you're like, damn. You know, and I'm thinking, I missed it 5 years ago, you know. You know, that was her prime and shit. Now I'm 30 years old. She's 30 now. But she's good, man. I mean, she's a decent person from what I can tell. You know why I say that to you guys? Because you really don't know. At the end of the day, in time, you're gonna know. You're not
yeah,
gonna know in a matter of months. You're gonna know in a year. You'll get an idea in 2 years because people are so good at hiding stuff.
yeah.
You just and then if you ask questions, they're gonna be like, you just gotta be secure with yourself. What an idiot. Who does that? Of course you're gonna be secure with yourself, but who would not ask questions? Who would not at least inquire, dude? You know, in certain cultures, they actually inquire on the person's background. Like in the Middle East, they'll ask the person's background. Does the guy do drugs? Is the guy an alcoholic? Does he gamble? Do you know why that is? Because they want to make sure that that person, if they got these bad attributes, their daughter or son is not going to bring that shit home. People don't know that. They don't understand the culture. But it's pretty fucking smart if you think about it. Why would you want to get with someone? Let's say, for example, it's got a history as a prostitute. You don't. What's that saying? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. So
Man.
how is she gonna act? How is she gonna shift away from being a prostitute to trying to be a normal person? There's trauma involved. You got to heal from that shit.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
Because like yeah, it's like harder to have pair bonding and stuff.
right? Yeah, it's a heavy conversation, but it's the truth, man. Some of
Is
these
that pair
guys,
bonding thing? Is that real? I've heard of that. Is that an actual thing?
I think so, man. I think just because like for women it's emotional, like to make love to somebody, and they have to shut that part off of them to do it. And for men, men are just we're physical, right? So we don't care either way. But for women, it destroys a part of them, I think. And so like I think like they still get affected by it down the road. They may not act like they do, but I think it does affect them in the inside.
yeah, I knew a guy that dated a prepago. He said this guy told me he tried to make his girl because she was hot. He said he tried to make her his girlfriend. He said the biggest mistake he ever made was making her his girlfriend. He said he got more sex paying for it than he did when she was his girlfriend.
Mm.
Can you imagine?
But you know what? Even if like, bro, that's the thing that like makes you upset. Like one of the girls, like she admitted she did webcam to me, so but I still looked her up and I found, but she kind of lied about the time frame. She's like, oh, I only did it like twice and only for 3 weeks. And bro, she was like the one that did it the longest, bro. Like, because it tells you how long like they do it for, and she was doing it for about maybe like a good 3 or 4 years. And I remember I posted a selfie with a girl. And this was in Medellin, right? And she started like sending me messages like, oh, you're with another girl. And I was like, yeah, well, me and you were just friends and shit. Like, we never even had sex. So what does it matter? But, like I knew already how she was. Like, she had posted the picture that I took of her in Guadalupe on her Tinder profile. And I never say shit because I know how it is. It's just your turn, not your girlfriend. But it's just crazy how they're so like possessive and shit. Like, even if they know they're doing fuck shit on the side, they'll still like possessive about you. Like they're still like they know that they're talking to multiple guys or maybe even have multiple boyfriends, but they still want to fuck with you and make you feel guilty for the most slightest shit. Like
That's
you
true.
think they're angels and shit, but they're not, bro.
That's true, man. Because like if you like post a picture of another girl, and even if she's talking to 10 guys, she'll stop talking to you.
Yeah, they will. They will. They want you to be like, their fucking bitch, pretty much. Like they want to dog walk you and shit. Well, nah, fool.
They like the power that they have over you.
Yeah,
Right.
I've had many girls fucking do that, dude. Like even the girls I never met, I'm still in the talking stages. Like one girl said, like, "Oh, I saw that you're like, drinking with some fucking girls. You did a body shot." I'm like, "Bro, I didn't say nothing, but in my head I was like, you have a fucking boyfriend. What the fuck do you care?" And she didn't understand like, "What the fuck you worried about me? If we have a dude, bro, like, But I don't know. It is what it is, bro.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Even
I think it's kind of a lie that Colombian women are like passive because in their culture, like women run the show more. So yeah, I don't think it's really unless you go like that small city, you find like a farm girl. Most a lot of Colombian women are actually like trying to like be more authoritative, and I think that the
I
feminism
think
is
they. Do you think they take on masculine roles because they're out in the workforce?
yeah. I mean like I think it's kind of emasculine for a woman to have like 25 tattoos and stuff, like 10
No,
tattoos on her.
100%. Yeah.
Like I don't mind it, but I just think that like in their culture, because the men are such like weak losers and like pathetic, in my opinion. Like the men in their country don't stand up for the women. If they were like being real men, they would protect their women from prostitution. They don't do shit about it.
Yeah,
So
that's true, but don't protect them from like a foreigner.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
they'll be like, "Oh, our women." That happened to me once. I was taking a salsa class in Cali. I was a little bit heavier set. This was back probably like 6, 7 years ago, before the pandemic. So I was a little bit heavier. I'm taking a class and I'm sweating like a pig. And this guy, it was a group class. I was like, God damn it, I keep sweating. It doesn't help that you're fat. The instructor's fat, right? So this girl starts saying something, like this ugly looking Colombian girl. She's like skinny, whatever. She asks the instructor, this guy keeps sweating on me, and I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do about the sweating? I got a towel, right? So the fat instructor at the end, he comes up to me, he starts talking shit. And I was like, you cocksucker. And I've known the guy for years, but he automatically sided with her. Instead of talking to me, saying, listen, man, you got it, whatever. He came at me aggressive, and I'm surprised. Again, problem is you could have a choice of words with these people, but as soon as you do that, you're in the wrong as a foreigner. Because
mm,
the way they see it is you're in my country, right? But whatever that's supposed to fucking mean. But that's how they see it. You're in my country. I think you gotta pick your battles. You still
yeah,
have to be smart about it, have a choice of words. But at the end of the day, you got to figure out, is it worth it? You can say, hey man, you need to calm the fuck down. But then if it leads into aggressive confrontation, that's it. They call the police. They automatically side with them over you, unless you have witnesses.
yeah,
Automatically. You
yeah,
guys just see this. You seen the videos where they automatically side with the local over the foreigner.
yeah. I don't know, man. I feel like Colombian men, not all of them, but like just the majority of the ones that I met, like the ones that aren't educated, like they're kind of proud of like their debaucherous behavior, man. Like they're proud of like having a lot of girlfriends and like sleeping around. Like they don't give a fuck, dude. Like
Right.
what was
Nah,
it called? The siete haircut. Yeah, like the haircut that they have, man.
bro, they look
Like
fucking stupid, but especially in Cali, the Cali guys, the younger guys, they have this dumbass haircut. I'm like, damn, you deserve to be a single mother if you're letting a guy like that bust inside you. Fool, I was just laughing the whole time, dude. Like,
Yeah.
stupid ass fucking haircut and shit, dude.
yeah, like that's one of the things we talked about yesterday in the live. Like I don't know about you guys, but like for me, when I would like take girls out, man, like and I would bring her back to my room, and like the girl was like real quick to like not even want me to use a condom, and I'm like, hell no, we're using a condom.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, dude.
they're
I had that happen
insane.
with a girl over there too. When I was last time, I was like, nah, bro, fuck that shit, bro.
Yeah, a buddy of mine was in a situation like that. This girl was dating an Israeli guy. He ended up giving her a disease like
Damn.
chlamydia. I don't know if he gave her HIV, but she was taking all this medication, including antidepressants. So the
Fuck.
girl's really good looking. This is back in Pereira. So my buddy tells me this is the first, he took her out for drinks. She started downing one beer after the next, like 10 beers later. They go back to the hotel. She's telling him, hey, you want to hit me without a condom? He's like, hell. She was good looking, but he was like, the reason he told her hell no, by accident, he's seen all the pills like in her bag or purse. And he looked at the pills, one's for chlamydia, the other one's for gonorrhea, the other one's for depression. Who knows what else yet? He was like, you gotta go. And he got her, but he could have easily, without a condom, hit it. She was really good looking. He showed me a picture. Turns out the Israeli guy ended up giving her all these diseases.
Yeah, I heard that HIV is on the rise in Medellin now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of dudes ain't wrapping it up, and I mean, I know some prepagos, and I mean, I've had some of them tell me that they don't even care. Like they'll let you buzz raw. Like some girls don't, they don't value themselves at all, and
Wow.
like
No,
like
they don't, bro. They don't. I had a friend that had the sin condon list. Like, he had like the list of all the girls he smashed and shit, all the pre-body, like over 100. And I think he only caught one STD, bro. Over
Wow.
100 working girls and only caught one
Wow.
I mean,
STD.
it happens because I mean, there are guys that are mongers, man, that have been with like 100 women and they've never gotten a girl pregnant, they never caught anything, and then there are other dudes who do it one time and they get her pregnant, they catch something. So
Wow.
it's like the luck of the draw sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you like Steven, how do you like dating in Mexico?
It's different, man, because like if you go on Tinder in Mexico, like like in Medellin, like you can go and you get like 100 matches, but like in Mexico, the women are actually depending on the girl, because there's
Selective.
always
Selective.
there's always like some girls that are gold diggers or like trying to joke you, but for the most part, most of the girls are looking for something real, and so you have to work a lot harder. It's like the same thing, like it's almost like dating in the States a little bit. Like you actually have to take them out and try to impress them, and it's not the same, especially like in Mexico City. You have to like, because in that place, like they got real feminism and the girls are way more picky. So you actually have to like work hard, and it's
Mm-hmm.
just not like Colombia at all.
Yep. That's facts. That's facts.
The girls in Mexico. I'm not saying that they're better, but you definitely can have more deep conversations with them and be more.
You're gonna talk
Yeah,
Yeah,
about
that's what I was
politics,
saying.
bro.
Like,
Now that I think about it, I've never had a deep conversation with none of them, dog. Like, I think the only time I ever had a deeper conversation is when Rob was on my live, and like I was talking to the fucking chick Mari, but her friend was like on the other side. But like, they didn't start talking like serious until like we were like in the Uber, and she was like, "I can't believe people think about us like that," and I'm like. But now, like that, I found both of those bitches on the fucking internet. For I'm like, bro, y'all are fucking whores, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
they don't have any
acting
like.
like they're fucking good girls in the Uber. That I can't believe y'all think that we're this, and like both of them over there slanging pussy on the fucking webcam. Come on, man. Like,
They don't, they don't have self awareness in their culture, and you also got to remember, man. Just to be frank, like Colombians are just horny people, man. Like the women, they just love doing it, bro. Like to me, it's just part of like they don't even. It was the same thing when I lived in Thailand. Like they don't feel like sex is like this private, intimate thing. To them, it's just like taking a shit. It doesn't mean anything.
yeah, I would agree, bro. 100%, fool. I would agree, fool. It doesn't mean shit to them, fool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true, dog. They don't give a fuck, bro. And shit at all and shit, dude. But I think the girls like from the smaller cities are a little bit more different though. They're a little bit more like conservative, dog.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
that's
they're less exposed to a lot of nonsense.
that's what I would. That's what I always say. Like, and this is worldwide too. This is in every country. You know, you got to go to the smaller cities. You know, you got to go to the Bucaramanga. You know what I mean? You got to go to the smaller cities. Like whatever country you're in, you got to go to the smaller cities if you want like actual success.
You know, if you can find one from a small city that moved to a big city that's not originally from there, you might get lucky.
yeah.
My girl's from a small city, small town, 500,000 people, and then she moved to a major city. So she just got a routine. She goes to work, goes to the gym, that kind of stuff. Takes English classes, which I don't even know how the hell that's working out. But so she's got a routine, and so if you can find that, you're good. But again, there's no guarantees to anything, man.
Man, that's
There's no
true.
guarantees. It's just a roll of the dice. And I've realized that, man. To be honest with you, I'm just like going with the flow. I'm not even emotionally attached. I'm just having a good time, enjoying life, whatever it is, right? But you don't want to get emotionally attached. Where it's like what's his name? He said in that movie Heat. He goes, "If you can't get out of a situation in 30 seconds or less, you're in
Yeah, when he
trouble."
comes around the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true, dude. So if you can't walk away and where you just detach yourself, you're in trouble, dude.
Honestly, like the Colombians that are like married and going on vacations in the US, like those people are just living their life. They don't they don't associate with those kind of people. Like they don't even fuck around with the Colombians that are out there hurting people. they live in like in a totally different reality from my
100%.
those educated Colombians. Like they stay away from those people. Like they're all about their business. They're like when you talk to them, they're normal. Like they can have deep conversations. Like those kind of Colombians, those are the really good ones. Like so to be fair, not all of them are like that. Is my point.
Yeah. They stay away from them because like it goes back to the have and have nots I told you about earlier. Ones that have try to stay away from those that live in a survival mentality.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, and I think there was a guy, I don't remember his name, Passport something, Black American dude. He said, "Oh yeah, you can get those girls that are Stratus 6." I'm thinking, you can, but depends if they're older. The younger ones, they're in their prime. Why would they want to date you over a Colombian?
Exactly.
Maybe they might want to. They're curious a little bit, but other than that, why would they? You don't speak the language. They can get somebody from the same stratus, same class
They only marry people within that club.
within that class. Yeah.
Do you think you think all these dudes like that live in the barrios? Do you think like they kind of accepted that their women are kind of like whores? And shit, like,
Man,
or you think they're just like in denial or something?
Well, no, I mean, there's limited opportunities.
So they're just like, fuck it. That's why they cheat. They're like, fuck it. I know this bitch is probably selling pussy or fucking doing webcam, dude. Like,
That's what I was thinking.
I think for a lot of those guys, like their moms did it, their aunts did it. So it's like
it's a generational thing, right? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Because like when Pablo was alive, like I mean, he would have orgies with girls and he would pay them and
He would pay the girls, the virgins, to have sex with him. When I did before, like 5 years ago, that's what the female guy was telling me.
And like when they raided one of his houses, they found a bunch of like bones and stuff and they did the DNA test and it was underage girls. So like he would do stuff with them and then kill them. So I'm just saying, like,
yeah, he did that. He did that. That's what the guy told us, bro.
I'm just saying, like, it's the culture. So
the guy also told me something because they have a lot of accountability issues. But the guy was like, he took our youth away, and I was like, bro, like, these guys, like, I don't understand how you could say you took your youth because, like, it's one thing to do something out of desperateness, and I need a little bit of money, but like, you had dudes that were in this cartel that were doing ruthless shit, like putting bombs and shit, and like kidnapping people and torturing people. Like, what the fuck? Like, I wouldn't be proud to claim those type of people and shit at all. Like, fucking, like, I think as a Mexican, whoever the cartel takes, I wouldn't be like, oh, they took our people, but like, bro, they took like disgusting, evil people that are doing fucked up shit, bro, like shooting people in tourist zones and fucking coming to the resorts and jet skis and deleting somebody and shit for, and just dumb shit. Like, how the fuck can you say like they took our youth? Like, bro, those are like people that are just bad people that are going to do it regardless if they're in the cartel or even the gang or by themselves.
Well, you know what they should have done back then is what El Salvador done. Suspend their constitution and start rounding up all these criminals.
I think it's too late for that for Colombia.
No, it's true, but I'm saying if they would have done it back then, like the president,
when they had the momentum, when they knocked down the fucking Medellin cartel and the Cali cartel, I think that would have been the perfect time for them to do that. But I think now it's like, what's their excuse to do something like that now?
You know, the president of El Salvador, if you look into his background, you understand why he did that. It's not very common in Latin America. Reason why he did that is because his dad's Palestinian. His mother's El Salvador. He's 100% El Salvadorian, but his dad told him, listen, in the Middle East, if you ever have a problem like that, you cut it out early. Like, he actually told him that. And he that's not a very common Latin American thing to do. Go out and start rounding all the criminals up. He got that from the Middle East. That's what they do in the Middle East.
Bro, in Saudi Arabia, they fucking cut your hand off and they fucking
they don't give a fuck.
It
causes, like, psychologically causes you to be very fearful to really steal.
I feel like some of the criminals you see in Latin America ain't really criminals because there's no consequences, bro.
Yeah, they're not scared.
There's not, like, I saw, like, when they had this girl I was with on the date, they stole her phone. I went to the little police station in Poblado, and like they had a bunch of guys with stolen cell phones. And I remember they're gonna let them go in a few hours. I'm like, bro, this is why they do it. Like, why not? Even if you get caught, they're only gonna have you there for like 5 hours or whatever.
Slap your hand. If you get locked, people are scared to talk.
You don't even get a fucking ticket or a fine. If you just go home and shit. I'm like, that's what they keep doing.
I don't know if you noticed, but nobody actually talks. Nobody turns nobody in.
Yeah,
they're scared.
Nah, not in the fucking Middle East, bro. They'll hang you and shit. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, 100%. They'll hang you. There was a guy, I think he was Iranian. He lived in Colombia, Medellin for a while. He got caught in Malaysia trying to smuggle drugs in. I don't know if it was cocaine, but he got caught. So they were going to hang him. Somehow he was able to pay off the judge $200,000, $250,000. I don't know how he paid him off. Then he moved. He went to Dubai afterward, but they were going to hang the guy. They found him a lot of drugs. Somehow he got off. I don't know how.
Yeah, over there in the Middle East, they don't fuck around. It's safe. I was in Israel and Turkey, and I felt completely safe walking at night. Like I never felt like would get robbed or something like that. Like
Asian countries as well, Singapore, Malaysia.
yeah, just Latin America can't get a shit together. Fool. Like I don't know what the fuck, bro. Like Mexico. Well, actually, the only country that's safe is Cuba. When it's like
El Salvador as well.
El Salvador, but it's you know what is so sad. That's the safest countries in Latin America are the ones that have dictators. You notice that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
This guy, I don't want to say he's a dictator. He just rounded up all the damn MR.
Well, he is, bro. He changed the constitution, I think, recently, where he could be like,
he can be reelected.
He could be reelected now.
Oh,
and
really?
When he changed the rules at first, he had the army go inside the Senate chambers. I don't know if you've seen the video. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did like a fucking something like Julius Caesar would do, bro. Like,
Yes.
But I think he's needed. He probably needed another term. They just got to figure out what to do with these guys they rounded up, 65,000 MS.
Well, they have programs for them now where they're going to reassemble them to society and shit. The ones that didn't commit murder, I think, and shit, dude. But who knows how that's going to work and shit. I think they'll be straight. I think they don't want to, because the way he has them living in there, it's like awful. It's like no sheets. You sleep on
but you can't teach an old dog new tricks. These guys, it's ingrained in them to kill and to do everything. Yeah, have you seen, like, because they worship Satan, these MS-13 members, and the other one, 18th Street, whatever. They got tattoos that are satanic and, crazy stuff, man. It was.
I mean, I think maybe they should give them a second chance, some of them, and see what happens. And maybe
I don't think so, dude. I think they should just keep them in prison and just let them live. Because these guys, they're already corrupted, dude. It's like trying to teach an old dog new tricks. You got to have the willpower to want to be a better human being. I'm not saying you can't forgive, but you see the tattoos on these people. They're all satanic and evil, and they extorted and they killed and they pillaged. You name it, dude. I'm not saying they shouldn't be given another chance, but how are you going to determine if they've improved?
That's fucked up and shit, bro. Fucking who knows, man. I just know in Cuba I felt super safe, like walking around at night and shit. For like nobody fucks with you and shit. Dude. Like I'd never do that in fucking Mexico and shit. Well, JDL, Guadalajara, you see some people walking out at night, but for the most part, still fuck that. Mexico or Colombia or Brazil, hell no, bro. As soon as I leave the bar, I'm waiting for the Uber's always there. I never walk home. Fuck that shit, bro.
Dude, it's 11 o'clock here in Colombia. You walk outside. Good luck on that one, man.
Yeah, especially in fucking Cali and shit, dude. Fuck that, bro. Like, I'm good, bro. Nah, bro. Fuck that. I mean, bro, it's rough. But Brazil's getting like attention too because they're starting to drug a lot of foreigners over there as well, in Rio, especially, man. And shit, dude. But I feel like in Brazil they do like a better job of trying to catch the criminals or at least apprehend them and give them justice and shit, dude. But Colombia's just like. It's like, fuck, we don't want y'all here, bro. We don't give a fuck. Like, I feel like they're only arresting people because it's like the world is looking at them, all eyes on them. Like, all these videos and people are talking about it now. Like, the algorithm right now is really like the hottest thing on the algorithm as a YouTuber is talking about the drugs in Colombia and shit, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't think it's gonna get better. For my opinion is like, it's just gonna keep getting worse. For like, even if they catch a few, it's like, so what, bro? It's like 1,000 fish that are doing it. And maybe like 5 or 6 fish get caught. So I just like,
Yeah, but they're going for the gold. I seen a guy, I think yesterday on one of these channels, he got robbed for $100,000. Did you see that?
Oof, no.
$100,000. The girl, I don't know, she was able to get $100,000 on this guy. She scoped him and then got into. So she asked him to unlock his phone so she could listen to some music while he's there drinking the scopolamine liquor that she put in there. And then she's got the phone unlocked. So as soon as this guy knocked out, she's got his access to the phone. So she kept his phone unlocked. She started going through transferring all kind of crazy stuff.
Man, you know what? Did you see the latest one that Obi-Wan did? I don't know, Steven. I think you're the one that sent it to me, but that's crazy how the girl like forced them to drink that drink, right? Like, And that guy still didn't see the red flag. Like, bro, you don't think that's odd that a girl at 3 a.m. that you never met wants to go to your apartment and she's forcing you to drink a fucking drink? Like,
Yeah.
No, he said he was trying to be he was trying to see the good in her because she was giving him a massage.
come on, bro. I saw that dude, and man, I would never victim blame for, but he looked like a fucking, like, just an idiot for, like, doesn't know anything about the culture and just like.
That's why it's so important for us to do these videos and get more information out there, because there's always going to be some guy who don't know what the hell's going on, man.
Yeah, I think he talked about his back. He said, look, he was in the Midwest working. He was miserable. And he said, like, I just want to come out here, kind of decompress and maybe find a woman or something like that.
Yeah, he said that he was like, I'm looking for my love. I'm like, bro, and I kind of want to talk to him. Like, bro, the fuck do you go to Medellin looking for love? Like, another city, maybe like Bogota or Cali or Barranquilla, maybe. But Medellin, bro, ooh, it's tough, bro.
Yeah, him and everybody else is lined up looking for love.
See, but that's because Medellin has become mainstream now among guys, American guys, but they don't understand how the culture works. They don't do any research. All they think about is that big booty.
Yeah. Not only that, if you've seen the flights coming in, it's like 95% men.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Like I was watching like these videos where these guys are standing in line, 2.5 to 4 hours to get through the line. Medellin and Cartagena as well. I flew into Barranquilla. Shoot, I was 2 people in line, in and out. But you flew into Cartagena or Medellin, 3-4 hour wait.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Fuck that. I was there for 2 hours last time. And I came in late too. I came in like at 10 o'clock. I was like, maybe there's not gonna be nobody there. Fuck no, man.
I always try to fly into Bogota. Like the line's always short. I always try to fly into Bogota.
I might do that, bro. You know what? Oh, yeah,
You could do domestic too. You could fly Bogota to Medellin.
Yeah, domestic and shit. Yeah, that's better. Like if you get to Bogota and you do the the stamp and shit, you could just go through and shit. Yeah. I did that one time. It's better, bro.
Bogota is like 45 minutes. Yeah.
You know what's interesting? Speaking of flying, I was looking it up. I was like, okay, Avianca is a 3-star airline because I couldn't understand. Avianca it like borderline operates like a Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
Avianca and Copa Airlines are 3-star airlines. Did you know in the United States we don't have one 5-star airline? Did you notice? Not one American company. The only one that's a 4-star, I think, is Southwest. Everybody else is 3. American, United, you go down the list. But we don't have a 5-star airline. Good service, good food.
What classifies as 5-star? Because I mean,
there's a website that they actually have an algorithm.
Yeah, they have the rating. Yeah.
They have the rating, so they base it on service, complaints, right? Customer service, the service that's offered, the food, everything, the seats. So if you look at it, believe it or not, Asia and then the Gulf Arab countries have more 5-star airlines than any Western country.
Probably like Emirates, right?
Like Emirates, Qatar. Then you have like China, the Chinese airlines like Cathay. Cathay's really good. EVA Airways, right? Japan Airlines, Korea Airlines. Those are all 5-star. And it makes a difference. You get on the airline, like, damn, these people got good calls. You don't realize it's a 5-star airline. I couldn't understand it. I was like, the service is incredible. And then I get on Copa and I get on Avianca, and they're acting like it's Spirit Airlines. ¿Quieres café? Like all aggressive.
I fucking hate Bianca, bro.
I got pissed off, dude.
Bro. Fucking hell, dude.
I got pissed off early in the morning. The bro was like, ¿Quieres agua? I said, ¿Tienes café con leche? Solamente agua. I was like, what the fuck, dude? So then I said, okay, ¿tú tienes galletas también? So then she was, okay. And then she came back with an attitude. I said, hey, ¿cómo se llama? Oh, Carmen. I told her in Spanish, this is my first time flying Avianca, and it's my last time. I told her, just like that. I said, it's my last time.
Yeah, like when I flew from like to the Japan, like before they serve everybody, they'll bow in the middle of the aisle.
That's incredible, dude.
Bro,
I lived in China for a year, and I didn't notice that. Like, you don't know this stuff unless you look it up. Like, why are they so nice? Part of this, it's a 5-star airline.
Yeah.
What
Cathay.
else are they doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Cathaway's good.
Yeah.
Emirates is good. EVA's pretty good.
Hanan Airlines is good. It's a Chinese airline, 5-star.
Mm.
Dude, Hanan used to have round trip tickets from the Midwest to China, anywhere in China, $500 in 2015,
Oh, that's
because
crazy.
the Chinese government was subsidizing the flights. They were paying the difference because they wanted more Americans to come to China to do business.
Yeah, that was before things got
Yeah.
toxic.
Now it's a whole different story. Yeah, 100%. The best thing to do is Cathay Airlines, EVA Airways as well.
Yeah.
If you fly through Taiwan and then Taiwan to
Yeah.
China,
That's what I would do. I would fly to Taipei and then
right?
go to Bangkok or the Philippines. Or also like that's the one thing Asia has over Latin America is like the airlines in Asia are easier and cheaper because like in Latin America the oil is I guess the gas for whatever reason is more expensive for the airlines and the price like because you go from like Brazil from like Medellin to Rio the flight's like fucking $500, man. It's
Wow.
ridiculous.
Huh.
You
Bro,
go
we
like
about
to Ho Chi Minh City, it's like $100, man.
I'm like,
How about the African airlines are ridiculous? $5,000 for 1 hour. Yeah. You know, in Africa, most of these African countries want to go from one to the next and charge big dollars.
Yeah, Africa's starting to come up now in the passport bill thing. Like a lot of girls from Ethiopia are real pretty, and I'm starting to see them pop up more. A lot of guys are starting to go there. There's a lot of Black Americans are going there now.
Ethiopians they're mixed with Arab. If you look at their features, I was watching some documentaries on it. I was like, yeah, they look like they're mixed with Arab. The Arabs they used to colonize. I don't know if they colonized Ethiopia, but they have a good percentage of them have Arab DNA. So that black Arab mix, very attractive, and Eritreans as well. Look at
Yeah,
their features; they just look like dark skinned Arabs.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I hear it from like when I go to Mexico, sometimes I get the pocho treatment. You're like, oh, you're not really Mexican, but like I also hear the same thing for Black Americans. Like when they go to Africa, they're like, you're not really black, you're not African.
Yeah, that's normal, dude. They automatically assume you're a foreigner. You know what's funny? What's her name? Selma Hayek from Mexico. She just recently started. She's like 55 years old. She just started embracing her Lebanese roots, like on her dad's side. But all of her life, she's just 100% Mexican. You know, when she got older, like 55, she's like, I remember when I was a kid, my grandfather was reading a book to me. Her father's side. But she started embracing her Lebanese roots and her Mexican roots. As you get older, you start to appreciate that. I think when she was young and she was an actress in Hollywood, she couldn't disclose that she's half Lebanese. She's not going to make it in Hollywood.
Mm.
You know
I
what
just know what's his name did that scene with her, Quentin, the actor, where he had drinking the water off her toe.
What's his name? What's his name?
The actor of that movie where she looks amazing. She's dancing on top
Oh,
of
is it what's his name? Antonio Banderas?
No, I think Quentin Tarantino, that director.
Yeah.
He did that scene where she was dancing and she poured the water and it came down her toe, and he's the one who decided to do it. Like he didn't pick an actor; he's the one who wanted to do it.
What the hell? Yeah, it makes you wonder if like these women, like, because they got the casting calls in Hollywood. In order for you to make it, you got to bend over.
Well, who was that fucking director that got fucking sent to prison and shit, or the fucking
that
producer?
Jewish guy, right? What's his name? Weissman or what?
Yeah, he made like a lot of good movies and shit, fool. But that's what he was doing and shit to like a bunch of
he had
girls.
the casting call. Did you see the one with the Filipino broad when he was telling her, "Come on, just come massage my back," and she's like, "Come on, please." Did you see what? Like they actually recorded it.
Yeah, that's how he got busted, right?
Yeah, remember that shit? And then he went into court and he was pretending like he's sick. I don't know if he is, but all of a sudden he aged like 50 years. You know what I mean? Like crazy. These guys are all tough, and then when they go to court, they're not tough anymore.
It's like mob bosses, right? You got to like the
Suge Knight, Suge Knight looks like he's somebody's girlfriend now.
Yeah. Like the oxygen mask.
What's that?
Like the old mob bosses, like they get the oxygen mask, start like, oh, I'm old and frail, I can't go to jail.
Yeah. How about that guy in New York used to play? He used to pretend he's fucking mentally ill, talking to himself with a damn bathrobe. Like he would walk around. There's something the clown. Gumbardo or Pombardo, whatever his name is. He used to walk around pretending like he's mentally ill with a bathrobe, and he was like the boss of the Gambino family or some shit.
Mm.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know what the hell that was all about, but yeah, that's crazy stuff, man.
No,
Yeah.
who knows, bro? I
Yeah.
think the next couple of months we're gonna find out how many druggings are gonna happen. We're like 1 month. We're gonna about to be in March or September. My bad. So we got like about another 2 months. To
Well, the
like,
closer you get to Christmas, you're in trouble, dude.
yeah,
Because they
yeah.
gotta
But I'm saying like November, December. Yeah, yeah.
closer you get to Christmas because it's the holidays, they gotta buy gifts for the family. That means they're gonna have to rob and everything else, dude.
Yeah, man. But you think like do you think like the Colombians would eventually try to kick out Obiland and shit? Because I kind of feel like he's putting the country like in a bad negative light. You know how Colombians are and shit. So I'm just like, well, they don't know who he is, but my thing is like if they eventually find out who he is, because remember like the last episode, well, like Steven, you saw, remember like the guy caught the girl, and towards the end he said that the police wanted to press charges on him for holding the girl. I'm like, well, this girl drugged him, that's why he was holding her and shit, bro.
Yeah.
So it's
You know,
like,
you're absolutely right. He's making these documentaries, got his face covered, but and he's
yeah.
got a shitty UK accent.
But he also becomes a target of criminal gangs because he's fucking up their business.
Right. Hey.
And so that's another thing he has to worry about. Like, and I know he mongers because he said on the video, he should have never said that, but he's like, I monger, I don't do dating. I'm like, bro, that's dangerous, bro. Like,
Right.
because now you're fucking with the underworld now when you do something like that, the mongering shit, dude.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
I'll be interested what happens to him, but I just feel like if I was him, I would just maybe do a few more videos and get the fuck out of there for a while and shit. For like,
Right. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, he probably got a lot of time on his hands. That's why he's making these videos.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's dangerous because it's good that he's doing that, but at the same time, like, you know, you're putting your life on the line because you're fucking with these criminals' money and shit.
Yeah, they don't play games.
Yeah, they don't play games. You're like really fucking up with their money. Like these guys are making serious cash drugging Americans, and now you're like taking their cash flow and shit.
Right. Yeah.
And you could get set up easily because he fucks around with girls that are like pretty poggers. He said it himself, and I'm like, dude, it wouldn't take much for them to find out who he is. Like, what if one girl recognizes him because of his voice? I don't know if he distorts his voice. I don't think he does. I think that's his real voice, right? And
right. Yeah, it's a girl voice.
Yeah, fuck that. That's fucking. I would distort my voice if I was him. But what if a girl recognizes his voice? Like, oh, you know, I think it's this guy. You know, he's like, you know, fits the description, and they were like, well, let's get after him, and shit. You know.
Last time I checked last year, it said on, I think, 50,000 people, this is reported, get drugged with scopolamine every year in Colombia.
Yeah, a lot of people and shit, bro. Yeah.
A lot of people that don't come forward and tell them they've been drugged. A lot of them, they get damaged from it.
Nobody knows the long-term effects, though, and shit. It's still kind of like new and shit, right? Like,
yeah. There was a guy that got some brain damage from scopolamine. His family had to fly into Medellin and fly back to the U.S. Black American dude, because he couldn't come back on his own.
Who knows, man? And shit, but nobody knows what the long-term effects of scopolamine is gonna be, bro. Like it's just they don't care though. I feel like a lot of the girls now are just like don't give a fuck. They're so like the money is coming in, and it's kind of just like a high for them, dude. Like they're getting so much money like they never had before. Like because how much money realistically are they gonna get from drugging a local? You know, like $200 or $300 max or something. I don't know.
No, they're trying to get the credit cards.
Yeah, but they're not gonna get a lot of money though. Not even a rack.
And resell them, buy like electronics and stuff.
Nah, I mean, but a foreigner, they get the laptop. That's a few $100. The cell phone, a few $100. Then plus clothes, then plus you know credit cards and shit. Like max them out like a few thousand. So yeah, it's a lot of money and shit. Well, now they can hack your phone too, and then PayPal themselves, or they actually go to what is it, Rappi? They could buy shit on Rappi. They could buy cell phones. They could buy fucking laptops. They could like even order money on Rappi and shit. So they've gotten really sophisticated with the druggings now and shit, bro. It's a whole criminal enterprise, bro. There's the guy that has the car, the drugs are provided, the girl, and then whoever is hacking is somebody that actually knows how to like you know fuck with computers and cell phones and shit, man.
Well, listen. I mean, think about it. And if they get one person, they can earn enough money. Like as a salary for a whole year, like what they actually generate in a year, just off one person one night. That's It's happened. Like you hear these stories. The guy got drugged, $100,000 was removed. Like it's crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think guys are just like being naive. I think the enough people now know about what's going on there, but they just kind of have like this guy that got drugged in Obi-Wan. Like I think he kind of knew what was going on because I think he did talk about it. He heard about it, but like it's just I guess maybe the Americans are so lonely and desperate. I've been here for like 2 months and I see how the girls act at work, and it's just like, man, they're masculine as fuck. So I guess like when they come to Colombia, they lose their mind because that's like the first time. Like I'm around a bunch of dudes and I could just tell like these guys ain't dating, their girls ain't attractive, and so they go to a place like Medellin and all of a sudden you see beautiful women they're not used to being around and or meeting. But to be fair, most of the girls they're going out with ain't attractive, but they're attracted to their standards. You feel me? Because I look at some of these dudes and I'm like, damn, that's your girlfriend. Like, fuck that. And I don't know, whatever. You like what you like, right? But I think just like you said earlier, like the beauty, they're just looking at the beauty of the girl, and then everything else that's like negative about her, they just kind of ignore it. Shit, dude.
Interesting. Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know. Who knows, man? Like it's just it'll be interesting what's gonna happen in the next few months. Like I think last year not too many people got like I didn't hear about too many people getting drugged, but who knows, man? Like it goes by year. But like I feel like now the criminals have shifted to foreigners. Unfortunately, I don't think they're even drugging locals anymore, man. Like what for? Like like I said, what the fuck are you gonna get from a local and shit, man? Like the most is some of them do have nice cell phones, some of the girls and shit, dude. But who knows what's gonna happen, dude? Like also they're kicking a lot of the Venezuelans out too that have criminal records. And so where are they gonna go to? They're gonna go right back to Colombia to robbing and stealing and shit too, bro. So I think an increase of crime is gonna also happen, like where all these people getting kicked out and shit, dude.
Yeah, I agree. There was a Uber driver that told me in Medellin, he told me he got robbed. I pulled out a gun at a stop sign or whatever.
Yeah. The Uber driver too. I had an Uber driver pick me up that spoke English, and he was telling me that his wife's friend he was doing like the Didi, and that's why he says he doesn't do Didi because Didi don't have a screening. And he said the guy went to the body to go do a pickup, and he got kidnapped and he got deleted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was telling me the guy got deleted, and he was just like, "That's why I don't do fucking Didi." Because I asked him, he's like, "Nah, it's fucking dangerous." And shit. He was telling me about his wife's friend, and I was like, "Fuck that shit, bro." That's why he does Uber because it has the picture and like everything and shit, So, yeah, fuck. The Colombians been doing each other dirty for a long time, though. It's like I think Americans now are getting like a taste of what they've been going through for a while and shit, man.
I suspected. I think in 2017 is when they started advertising Medellin online, like different platforms like digital nomads and their retirement platforms. So anyway, in 2017, as the numbers started to increase, and I think even during the pandemic, and then when everything eased off, you had a lot of foreigners coming to Medellin. And like you said, one, it's a very pretty city. If you look, you're surrounded by mountains. Weather's perfect year round. They call it the land of whatever, heavenly, whatever. The weather's same weather every year, every day, year round. And then, it's laid back. People a little bit, more courteous. All that is just good environment for people for the most part. So these people, they come and they're thrilled by it. And then they're thinking I'm going to get a girlfriend, but it's really not a girlfriend. It's more a transactional kind of situation.
Yeah, I'm going to have like, I don't think I'm going to be in Colombia for a while. I got the World Cup coming up. Oh, I don't even know. I'll still go to Mexico even though I don't get tickets. But from there, I want to hit up Jamaica for about a month. I'll probably do maybe Colombia towards the end of the year or something. But I want to do some lives with some girls that I know there. I think last time I didn't do it, but this time I'm gonna have should be interesting. Like I'm gonna have like talk about some serious stuff. Like I'm gonna be like asking them questions about like safety, like how do they stay safe and shit like that. So it should be good, man. Because I think like coming from like a perspective of local is always good. So I think I kind of want to do that route. Like I want to do like because right now like the violence against foreigners there and like the druggings is like a hot topic on the algorithm, but we'll see if the algorithm is still about that next year. But I want to do a few interviews with a few girls there, so it should be interesting. I'm gonna have like a more professional setup, like a microphone and fucking a better like camera. I'm gonna do like the 180p. I was gonna do like the 4K, but I was like, bro, nobody has a cell phone that shoots like watches 4K. Like I'm not about to pay like $80 for that shit. So I just get the one that's like $40, and it's just 180, and that's good enough and shit, bro. And so, but I got a few girls that are down for it, so it should be interesting when I go back home. I mean, I'm sorry, when I go back to Colombia to do interviews. I'm also gonna do videos when I get to Brazil as well, so that should be good as well. Um, but I'm gonna start going back to doing like interviews with like women and shit. Like I would like to do that again. Like how I did like the first 2 years I had my channel. I haven't done interviews like really like in a long time and shit. So I kind of want to get back to that and shit, bro. And shit, that's what's drawing guys again and shit, dude. But what the fuck? I'm getting this fucking thing. How long are you gonna be waiting for your visa process, bro? I was gonna ask you.
So hopefully I'll be able to set up an appointment for this early week, or
Mm,
I can visit the visa office here where I'm at, the coast, talk to him and say, look, hey, what's going on? I've got this 6-page document receipt showing I've been paying my health insurance for 6 months. Problem that I have with them, hopefully they don't come back and say, okay, you've been paying from a person like, equivalent to what a basic income is here.
yeah.
Because you pay into the system. But I haven't used their health insurance. I got my own.
Mm.
But I provided that documentation, which was a mistake. The Colombian woman that put it together made like idiotic move. So anyway, so now hopefully I just provide the 6 receipts showing I've been paying my health insurance for 6 months. They come back and say something. I'm probably going to attach a document to it saying person that prepared my health insurance documentation put in the wrong information. I've been paying, and I'll tell them I've been paying into the system, but I haven't used it. And then, I provided private health insurance with an international Western company that I'm insured with, but they're still requesting 6 months receipts showing I've been paying into the healthcare system.
Mm.
So I got to provide that. Then I have to go and get another document for income, get that notarized, translated, notarized, and then apostilled. Incredible.
Shit, bro.
I already provided
I do
it.
the same shit too, bro. Just like man, but my process is longer. I have to wait like 6 months to maybe even a year. Hopefully, it's not a year, but man, bro, I'm kind of like pissed off because like the World Cup tickets would be cheaper if I could prove like I'm a Mexican citizen, but it's like they go on sale next month, so I'm just like fuck, bro. Like now I'm gonna pay like $300 instead of paying maybe like $60 and shit. Fuck. What was I gonna say? You went to Monterrey. How was your experience over there? Fool? Did you like it? Or I remember you said like it was like okay, right?
Monterrey, Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Monterrey, I think Guadalajara is probably nicer. Monterrey is a stopping point on the way to like the smaller towns where they have the factories. Because I went to check it out, the smaller town. So I wasn't crazy about it, but what Mexico has that I think is pretty impressive is a lot of museums. But in Monterrey, they didn't have a lot, and it's not a pretty city. I think Mexico City is nicer than Monterrey.
Hmm.
That's my opinion. I wasn't crazy about Monterrey, to be honest with you.
There's a lot of feminism there, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure about
I think
Monterrey.
so, yeah. Like the girls are kind of like Americanized.
Very, very masculine, huh?
Yeah, it's expensive there too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I was gonna tell you like if you have like a chance to travel somewhere next year, bro, I would say like, they're having the World Cup there, but I think if you could go to like JDL for like maybe like even if you don't like into soccer, but I think that'd be like a good time because you'll have like a huge international presence. But like I think when you go over there, if you go to Guadalajara, you'll like it because it's very similar to Medellin, minus the bullshit, and
Right.
it's a lot safer, hell of a lot safer. Very nice, clean city, good weather, beautiful women. I think you might even say like some of the women there can compete with the Paisas as well, dog. But like I said, the
Yeah.
women over there have their shit together. It's not like over here, like the women in Guadalajara have like education. They're fucking, they have money, bro. Like one of QB's like fucking girlfriend's friend picked us up an SUV. She had like a brand new like $50,000 fucking car and shit, bro. Like, so women over there have money, bro. But I think if you were to go over there, if you ever were to go visit JDL, I think you should just maybe go like during the World Cup. I think they have like 3 games there, and just maybe go over there and shit. We'll just check it out just to see like if you would like it. The scenery, I think you would. They have good fucking cuisines. Nightlife is good. Women are fucking beautiful and shit. And it's very like I said, very very similar. Like the closest city that you could ever come to Medina has to be JDL, man. But like I said, it has everything that Medellin has, but just minus the bullshit. Like the negative aspects that you see in Medellin, it's not in JDL, man. Like the crime and the druggings and all that prostitution shit, you're not gonna see it there, man. I think that's a good fucking Monterrey. I don't know. Monterrey is not a place I would recommend anybody to go, bro. Fuck that. What the fuck is there to do in Monterrey, Steven? Do you know, bro? Like, fuck that shit, bro. Nah, JDL is cool. You have like the tequila town. You could do the Jose Cuervo train that takes you to their fucking distillery. Obviously there's gonna be games there and shit, but they're gonna be playing the games on the big screen TVs anyways. They're outside the stadium, so you could go over there and watch that and fuck off and shit, bro. Mexicans love to drink a lot, dude. So I think if you were to go over there, it'll be a culture shock because you'll make friends there and shit, fool. And so you'll definitely meet people there drinking and shit, fool. So I think if you were to visit Mexico, I think that's like the best time to go and shit, bro.
Nice. Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, I want to end the live, man. It's kind of late. I got to wake up in the morning for work, man. But I appreciate you, Steven, man. That was a good live that you had like yesterday, fool. Just like that definitely, I'm glad that I put up on that one because it's definitely like I saw like how some of those bitches are, man. And I already know how they are, but goddamn, like that was the proof that I needed that they're all fucking slime bags, bro. Like, bro, I know you're gonna find some too. There's no fucking way, bro. Like half the girls that I know ended up on that bitch. I'm like, man, look at these motherfuckers, bro. Like,
it's crazy, man.
Oh, it's great. It is, bro. Like, it's like even if they only did it one time. It still goes to show like those women would definitely sell those out for a couple of pesos, bro. Like that shit, bro. But anyways, man, y'all have a good night, Steven. You too, Rob, man.
You too,
good luck with your visa and shit, bro.
All right, thank you. Likewise. Take care, see you.